It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Good morning and welcome to Backchannel, the only place where you can listen to, watch, and chat live with the hosts that you see right before your very eyes. Gave you some showgirls there. You were watching and it messed me up. I'm all done. Like Elizabeth Berkley, I am messed up. Her character in Showgirls. It's Friday. We were watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee. I am your breakfast jam for the morning. James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Culvert. Jam, so good to see you. So good to see you Friday.
My
we made it.
favorite person in the world next to
Yes.
Stacy, who's here, who's already saying hello. Renee and Jam can't stay for too long. I have a church gathering this morning. Okay, girl.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Do it
it.
up.
Stacey,
love it.
thanks
We
for
always love
popping in while you can.
I always love Stacey because you tell us on Thursday, you're like, I don't think I can make it. And then you're like a little bit, you're like, you know what? Let me just go say hi to the kids. Let me just go say hi to the
They
Renee
need me.
and Jam.
And you're right, Stacey.
We do.
We do.
We do need
We need
you.
you. We need you. Jam, but that is not the only Get On Upper. Not the
we've got
only
many.
one
You're right.
that we have. So
and
many
you see
good
who's
Get On
here.
Uppers.
You see who's here. You see it with your own eyes.
Through the brilliance of our producer, Sarah, I did not know what she did. She sent me the link again this morning. I was like, Sarah, it's not working again. And then she was like, wait, hold on, do this magic link. And that one worked. So I'm on the magic link that works. Thrilled to be here because we got Gliss, we got Amanda, we got Deborah, we got Verona, we got Sunny, we got Bella, we got Jackie, we got Robert, we got Abu. Oh, I love it. Nathan, Jennifer Lopez, Cole, Stacey, and Home, all here.
There it is. Look at them. Look at them.
Yes.
And this is look at Renee's lighting up because she missed you yesterday. It's not that she wasn't here. It's just that she couldn't see you, and it was like it was. She was unraveling before our very eyes. If you recall.
Yeah. And I can't guarantee that won't happen today. There might be. You know how sometimes you like fingers crossed. It was just because she didn't have Backchannel, and then the behavior continues, and you're like, oh, she's just a mess.
I gotta tell you, from my viewpoint, it was very entertaining. From my viewpoint, it was very entertaining. I loved every moment. Well, yes, Renee, Queen Renee, as I want to call you for today.
I love you. I love you so much. I love you so much. No, I was just recalling then that I had to like lift up my laptop. You're right. That was a whole thing. That was a whole thing yesterday.
I enjoyed every moment. It was lovely. I wouldn't change a thing. Thank you for the entertainment. We love it. We love Renee doesn't let her hair down. She takes her wig off. She's like, this is me. This is me.
And you can't be ready to like it because I don't see it changing back anytime soon. Grateful for both you and Sarah and our Get On Uppers for getting a front row seat to my midlife crisis.
It's not happening. That is not what's happening. You've got another 3 years before that's going to kick in for you. Maybe 5, around 6. You're doing
certainly under a decade. Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, agree to disagree this early on in the show.
Okay.
Renee, here we are. And so here are the Get On Uppers. And we are here. And you all can absolutely get involved in the conversation. It's not just Stacey. And plus, we're going to need you to get involved in the conversation because Stacey can't stay for the entire time. So what we need you all to do is feel free to comment during the show into your Echo device or your Xella, which spell that or say that backwards, and you'll know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to say it. I want to trigger her.
It's only fair.
And then she'll just start doing what it is I'm doing. Look, we're already getting good morning, Jam and Renee. Thank you from Doug. That's from Doug. Doug's here.
See it,
Doug.
Yes. I mean,
so good.
I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna. I think we might have a dream team on our hands. I think
we do.
I think we might.
And if you want to be as cool and amazing as Doug and Stacey, into your Echo device, you just go say is the magic word, and then you can say, good morning, Jam and Renee. Good morning, Renee. You are a rock star. You are amazing, Renee. Jam, I see you. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I would say the exact same thing.
Now, listen, they are not going to say you are amazing, Renee. Jam, I see you. They are going to say, Jam, you're amazing. Renee, you're a little unhinged, but we love you. I feel like if I know Mark good enough, and I think I do, we can count on them to be honest.
Well, Nathan just replied, no. I'm sure that, no, I'm not going to say any of that. That's fair. Listen,
No,
Nathan, we're not giving you a
no.
line reading. We're not directing you. You can do and say as you please. That's fair. That's fair. Just an
Love it.
example. That was just an example, Nathan.
Yeah.
So I guess we got the gist of it. And oh, great. Look at this. I love it. Nathan is doing affirmations this morning
Yes.
on the back channel. Nathan is adorable. Nathan, speak that into existence. I love it.
Yes.
I want to do one.
Absolutely.
James is
Okay.
adorable. Now, Renee, you
Yes.
go. You go.
Okay.
You do
All
one.
right. And Nathan is adorable.
Okay, no, it's just
Renee
not
is adorable.
you.
Renee
There
is
it
adorable.
is.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
I gotcha.
All right. Well,
That's
thank you,
fun.
Nathan, for helping us do some affirmations this morning. It is so great. That's not all we're going to do today. Could you imagine we just do 2 hours of affirmations?
Right.
Yeah,
I know.
that
I
would
could
be
not.
bad.
I cannot. I mean,
Yeah.
it might be. Nathan, I'm having fun. I'm having a good time with
Okay.
you. This is
All
great.
right.
You know what? Nathan is also a cutie pie. It's true.
Okay.
He is.
All right. It's borderlining on I don't want to get canceled. All right. And look at that. Ooh, Stacy. This is just our compliment section. Stacy says, Jam, you're absolutely handsome in that shirt that you're wearing. Stacy, thank you so much. This is my green plaid shirt. I busted out for when I need people to take me seriously. It's very,
Yes.
you know, I'll tell you why a little bit later in the show, but I have a work
Okay.
thing where I need no jokes. No jokes, just handsome and serious.
Okay. Well, it's working. Yeah, I am curious to hear about this. I want to know. Well, you're pulling it off. Feel like you could also tell some jokes in that shirt if you wanted, but you're leading with handsome and serious, and
that's what I'm
respect it.
going. Yeah.
I really respect it.
Ooh, love this cup, Renee, that you're drinking out of. Just tell us about your cup that you have
Thank you
today.
so
It's a
much.
New York
I would
City cup. It's cute.
Oh, I wish. Let me get a little bit closer. Isn't that funny? Isn't that a fun illusion? Can you see it better now? It's
Well,
it's
I gotta be honest.
a
You're coming a little blurry for me, and I'm not sure if it's
oh,
my internet. Yeah, but you look great.
yeah. Well, it's a it's a mountainscape. I think the buildings to you are actually trees. Trees and
Oh, they
birds.
are definitely they are definitely buildings for me. I will tell you, I also have not picked
Yes.
up my glasses yet. I got glasses, which I
Okay.
think is a scam because you go in there and then your insurance is supposed to cover one thing. And then before I knew it, I had 2 pairs of
Right.
glasses. I had to get a reading pair and a driving pair. I don't even
Right.
drive.
Right.
So how did
Right.
I end up with a reading pair
How
and a
did
driving pair? And then
I couldn't tell you.
they'll be like, oh, you need to get this for like anti-lens, and then they keep until glare, and they just start charging you. And before I knew it,
Sure.
$800 for 2 pairs of glasses. And I was like, I think I just haven't gotten to go pick them up because I just am so angry at these glasses and this whole experience.
Right.
So, anyways,
Right.
that's why I probably
Makes
can't
sense.
see.
Yeah.
That's why they're
Okay. All right. It's a glasses issue. I got you. And I was also having a little internet trouble at the beginning, so we'll go back. We'll watch it again on YouTube, which is something you could do. Get on a bridge. You know that if you don't see it live, you can go watch it on YouTube later. Who knew? Who
Oh
knew?
my gosh.
So we'll see. And she is a honest mistress. That YouTube. She will tell you exactly what happened and exactly whose internet was slow, and it's usually mine. And it's usually mine.
No, sometimes it's me. Sometimes it's me. So get it up. Or its first poll. Whose internet is coming in slower for you? Jam or Renee? You can tell by who's either freezing or being blurry. All right, there it is. All right, so we'll talk about what's going on for today's show. Renee, here it is. Everybody's working for the weekend is our first segment that we're going to do today. We want to know what are the weekend plans. Then we also have, celebrity birthday quiz, but Renee is the quiz master for today.
Big twist. Very exciting. Yes, I cannot wait. I can't wait. There's
yes. Yeah. No, what were we gonna say? There's absolutely what? Can't wait. Pins and needles.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. And there is one that is a specific salute to Sarah. And I'm hoping I get that name right. I'm hoping I get that name right. But if I don't, I'm just gonna have Sarah come in and tell me. Because I won't, not on their birthday. Not on their birthday will I be getting her favorite band member's name wrong. Not on her birthday.
Ooh,
nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Something
Well, I
tells
guess
me
it's now
gonna be
Sarah's
a
birthday.
K-popper. A K-popper.
Yeah, it is.
Might be there.
It's BTS.
Did she write a note? She was like, "This is my favorite." She let you know.
She sure did.
Okay.
She told me.
And she was like, "Don't mess it up, Renee."
I appreciate it. Yes. Yes. All those things.
Well, We also have our Black History Month moment as well. Really brief one that
Mhm.
we're going to dive into. We're going to go into science land for today's Black History moment. And that's in the first half of the show. And then what's going on, Renee, for the second
Oh,
half?
listen, we're gonna tell you the highlights of the week. What happened? What happened this week? We'll let you know. We'll let you know what's in the news, and then I'm gonna say this is my favorite segment of the whole week. They're all good, but this is my favorite segment. It's Fact Friday, where we will play my favorite game called Jam You Lion. Wherein Jam
Oh,
will
yeah.
give us a fact, and we will say, "Yeah, that's a fact," or "Now that is not
All
a
right.
fact." Jam, but we'll do
Yeah,
it by saying Jam You Lion.
that we sure will. And it's President's Edition. So hopefully you remember everything you learned in history class in honor of President's Day is right around the corner. It's a Fact
Looky
Friday about presidents.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Mhm.
can't wait. And that's good. Yeah, because Monday's President's Day. That sounds perfect. And then we will close it off with Renee's highlight reel, which Renee is just now putting together that she forgot to make. But I feel like I've got a memory.
You're, oh,
And that
you've got it.
memory
You've got it.
combined with you can help me remember, well, what did I do Monday?
You're
And
totally
that's how the
fine.
highlight reel will be going today.
Do you want to recall Renee will often remind us how terrible her memory is during the show?
It's
But it's gonna be fine.
alarming.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be fine. But you get on upwards, you can also shout out at that section. What are your favorite memories for the week? So we'll make it a team sport, a team effort.
Got it.
Sarah's here to help. Don't worry, Renee. We got you. We got you.
We got it. 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 I love it. I love it so much. I am so excited to
Well, we're
begin. Yes.
also going to be closing with Forget About It Friday.
Hurry.
What we're going to be losing. She's going to forget the segment and Friday. That's what it is. We will be, what are we leaving behind this week? I will
Yes.
tell you, I know exactly what mine is. It's heated and I need your help. Get on uppers to forget it. So what are you going to be, what are you going to
Okay.
forget this week? Let's just say
Yeah.
me and work trivia do not go well. It was
Okay.
not cute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we learned, and but we'll forget about it, and or I will call up one of your coworkers and give them some very, very strong language, and they'll know,
Okay.
not to
Okay,
behave like
good.
that
I
again.
love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Right,
You're welcome.
Renee, it's time
Yes.
for us to go do Everybody's Working for
Working
the
for the
Weekend.
weekend. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. They say it's your weekend.
Oh,
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Happy weekend to you.
I've never heard that song past the chorus. Didn't
Oh, look
know.
at that.
I've never
Okay.
heard past Everybody's Working for the Weekend. That's the
Looky
only
there.
part I've
Yeah,
ever
it's
heard.
a few people know that it is a medley and that it is a parody
What?
of
What?
I know. I know. I know.
Look at
Not a lot of
Renee
people know that.
dropping. It's Fact Friday, and Renee is already dropping those facts in front of your face right now.
Lies. Absolute lies coming to you. Lies, lies, lies,
Oh,
lies, lies. Jam. We did. I'm so proud of us for getting through this week. Look at us. Whew.
yeah. I have to say, Renee, is this your favorite part of the week? Like, what is your favorite part of the week? I think you love a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I am this year, 2022 has been a very, very interesting thing of am I a delicate flower who has zero constitution and resilience, or is this too much? I don't
Mm,
know. I genuinely don't
okay.
know, but I am
Wait, why are those
hanging
the
by a
two
thread.
options? Am I a delicate flower who has no constitution, or is this too much? Or are you incredibly strong and you can handle so much? You're so amazing and wonderful light, and you're being tested, but you've got this. Or I
You
think that's
are
another option. I don't
the
know why those are
kindest.
your two options.
And the dog wouldn't go to the bathroom, and I showed up to the
Not
green
your
room
fault.
in tears of guilt.
Mm,
You just got some guilt.
okay.
Yeah,
No.
that's all.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about this. I already told I was brushing my teeth, so I missed those
Yes,
tears. I was late. I was off in the green room, virtual green room, brushing my
yes,
teeth. Anyways, Renee, what are you doing this weekend? What are you doing this
I would
weekend?
love to tell
Get
you.
on
I would love to
uppers.
tell
What
you.
are you doing
Yes,
this weekend? Doug, Stacy, what are your plans? What are you doing? Say, what is it you're doing into your
yes. I
device? We want to
I
hear
wanna
it.
know. I deeply want to know. Uh, Now, I think that I jumped the gun because I did tell you a lot of this yesterday, but I'm just gonna reiterate that tomorrow I get to go to a wedding, which I'm very, very excited about. Just two of the this and did I say this to you yesterday? Did I say this to friends yesterday? I think occasionally you can go to a wedding and you're just like, "Well, I'm here, but this isn't gonna stick," which is a bad attitude to have in a wedding.
Wait, like, as in the people getting married, you're like, "This is not gonna work out."
I
Wow.
don't think this is
I don't
gonna
think I've
take.
actually
I don't think this is gonna
ever been
take.
to
Yeah.
you go to a lot of weddings. You go to a lot of weddings.
This is
I
true. Yeah.
avoid a lot of weddings. Like, I have avoided a lot. So,
That's smart.
yeah.
No, that's very, very
Mhm.
smart. So I do think that it goes both ways. It's either this isn't going to take, or I'm just like, love is the most incredible thing ever. And tomorrow's going to be a love is the most incredible thing ever type of wedding. So I'm going to have the best time. I'm going to be so happy for him. I'm going to dance. I'm going to dance. I'm going to dance. And then Sunday will
Ugh,
be recovery day. We're going to do a
yes.
little bit of emotional and physical
Yeah.
recovery. And then going out to dinner. And then Monday, this is going to be controversial, but I like it a lot. I think something that really well, it's not controversial. I'm gonna get yelled at. Um, Something that I think stresses me out is doing something on a watched deadline,
Mm.
meaning that at work they're just like, "Oh, hey," and then if you could get that to us by 5 p.m. So they're on
Mm,
Slack, people are
mhm,
watching, people could
mhm.
be asking, and I just don't watch me while I do my work. So I'm gonna get all done on Monday. Nobody's
It's
watching.
President's Day. There should be what
It's
is
true.
going on? I need to talk to your manager.
No,
What is
my
happening?
manager, they're incredible. This is a Renee thing.
Oh,
And
well,
then I can coast the rest of the week.
okay, great. Well, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Renee, I have to tell you, and welcome to
Yes.
Aaron and Meg, who just joined the stream. What are y'all doing for
Yes.
the weekend? We want to know. I
Please tell us.
believe, Aaron, you might be going to see Patty from HR this weekend, a little show at Oasis. I'm remembering Aaron
Uh-oh.
mention, because I know the show. Would like to go too. Let me know. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go.
I wanna hear what's the
Um,
Patty from HR show about?
She's a drag queen who is like a really I don't know, she's like an HR her name she's like Patty. She's like Patty, she's
Hilarious.
like an old
Yeah.
HR lady who doesn't
Yeah.
understand how PowerPoint works and, you know.
Hilarious.
Oh, Aaron saw it last night and it was fantastic. Oh, Aaron went without me and I didn't get an invite. Got it. Love it. The full
No.
story
No, no,
is
no.
now
No.
here.
No, I don't. I guarantee it. Aaron and Renee, I
Just
speak on
like
your behalf.
Renee is
Yeah.
going to a
Yes.
wedding, didn't get the invite, she's gonna dance. I have to tell you, every time we talk about I'm gonna go to a wedding and I'm gonna dance, I'm so jealous out of my mind, Renee, that I'm
Right.
not there with you.
Yeah.
I hate that you have fun without me.
And I don't. You know
I
that I don't. I
just
told you
wanna
that I have all
be
day Sunday to
there.
recover because I missed you. Because I missed
Ugh.
you so much. No,
We would be
no fun
the
is had
best
without you, though.
people to go to a wedding. You would want
Yes.
Jam and Renee to come to your wedding.
Yes.
We tear up a dance
Mm,
floor
mm,
like no
mm, mm,
other.
mm.
Sure, I made Renee do a backbend that she wasn't ready for.
No, you didn't. I initiated that back in. I screamed and your face dipped me. And then and then I heard the crackle. And then I heard the
Oh,
crackle.
no. We did also initiate a world's largest conga line. I'm pretty sure we did,
Successfully.
or successfully. Those are
Successfully.
hard to get going, and not just once, at least twice. There was
Mm-mm.
a few
Yeah. It was
We're
perfect.
doing it
It was perfect.
again! It's hard enough
Thank you.
the first time. We got everyone there.
It was amazing.
Oh, look, and Aaron says, "I'll invite you both to my next wedding."
Aaron. Very kind. But he's
Okay, hope
going
the
to.
wife is nowhere
He's gonna
near.
tell his friends, "Actually, I'm gonna need 2 plus ones. Thank you so much." So I guess a plus
Okay.
2.
How about the renewing of your vows? We'll go with that. How about that, Aaron? Yeah.
I like
Invite
that.
us to that.
I like that.
Okay, my weekend plans are as such. I am
Please tell
taking
me.
the if the nephews, I have two little nephews, three, one's about to be four, 3 and 1. And if they both
Oh my
recover from
god.
their cold, we're gonna take them to the San Francisco Zoo. I've never been before, but my brother tells me I have.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but
Fair.
my life, I don't remember.
Right.
I've never been before. I'm also hoping to your boy needs to release some energy and some stress. I'm hoping to hit a
Sure.
dance floor myself and dance
Yes.
away my misery that Renee is dancing with somebody
No,
else, and I'm
never.
just
I would never.
I'm
Never.
Robin dancing on
No.
my own. Doesn't happen.
I will I love that song. I'm in the corner. Is that it?
Why can't you
I'm in the
That is
corner?
it.
Is that the one?
I'm in the
Okay.
corner.
All right.
Why can't you see me? We went to a
Right.
Robin concert, and
Oh. Yeah.
I thought I was wondering if, like, when she plays "Dancing on My Own," will everybody is like, because it's like, "I'm in the corner, why can't
Mhm.
you see me?" Would everybody just flock to the corner trying to like, "I'm just dancing
Oh,
on my own," but then everyone's in the
they
corner
should.
together.
They
Mm,
should.
I
They should.
I
Robin's so
tried
good.
to, but I couldn't get over there fast
Couldn't.
enough.
Yeah, well, exactly. "Stop the show! I right in that corner. Okay, so
I'm
let's
also
do
gonna
to a
clean out
dance
some. I'm also gonna clean out some drawers. Those are my big
Okay,
three. Going to the
great,
zoo, hopefully go dancing,
perfect,
and I have some
great,
drawers that need some attention. You know, when you're just like, I gotta
amazing.
clean out these drawers.
Yeah,
That's how-
yeah. I know what it's like to think that. I don't know what it's like to follow through on that.
I don't believe my little Virgo. I don't believe it. Is it because you can't see it? It's easier to ignore it.
Yeah. Did you know that I didn't believe in astrology for the longest time because the sort of like there's a word flagship no the like major elements of a Virgo are like super organized, super judgmental, super clean. And I did not know myself well enough at that point, and I was like, I am none of those things, none of those things. I am the judgiest judgy girl in the world. You will not know it. You will not know it. But what's actually going on, the amount of judgment for my sweet dog right now, who is a dog, who has chosen not to go to the bathroom to stress me out. It's just insane, the amount of things where I'm like, well, that's that. And then I'm really messy. But what I'm told is that Virgos want things so clean and they want them so organized that if they don't have the time to do it right, then they
Yeah.
just go the opposite direction.
Well, yeah.
That
I
was
get you.
and
I
that was
literally.
my monologue. Renee doesn't believe in being a Virgo. I'm sorry. That was too much
But
judgment.
actually, well, no. Well, as a Virgo moon, people are like,
Mhm.
"Did I sign up for the astrology show?" But Virgo moon, it's like what I like in my house. And the same way, I'm a
Right,
tornado through the house during the day. I have to re-clean
right.
my house every day. I'm like, I just put these clothes away, and every
Right.
day before I go to bed, they're everywhere. I'm like, but I
Yeah,
just put all this stuff away. But it'll drive me
right,
insane if I do not. So
if you don't.
you're a woman after my own heart. And oh,
Okay.
Stacy,
Oh,
looks like you're
Stacy.
you're you're
Okay.
out. Stacey, have a wonderful, fabulous weekend.
The best
Great
weekend.
time. Have a great time at the
And
gathering.
we
We're gonna miss
will see
you.
you
We'll see you
on
on
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Tuesday,
Mhm.
you'll have a special
Yes.
guest here on Monday. Renee and I. We got things. We got things.
We
All
we
right,
got things.
Renee, take me to
Yes.
celebrity birthday quiz.
I would
Celebrity
love
birthday
nothing
quiz.
more, nothing more. And now I will
Happy
take you to celebrity birthday quiz, but
birthday
I have one quick.
to
Oh,
you.
wait, hold on. One more
Hap-
thing about the weekend. One more thing.
Oh
I'm supposed to
yes,
watch a
yes.
Marvel movie, and I've already forgotten what I'm supposed to watch. What am I watching? The Captain
Oh,
America, the Rise Up,
the first Avenger, the Rise Up. All right,
the
great
first.
reminder.
Okay,
So everybody, we are kicking off our one Marvel movie a week next week. So your homework assignment is we're starting off in timeline order. So you're gonna watch Captain America: The First Avenger because that's the first
okay.
one to take place.
Captain America, the
Renee,
first
take a
Avenger.
note.
Okay.
You can always text me. Don't be stressed, Renee. It's fine. You'll be
Yeah,
good.
okay.
You got
All
this.
right.
You
No,
got
and I
this.
will be texting you. I am just not looking forward to telling you that, well, I've forgotten again. And what's going to be even more funny about that is that, like, I'll watch the movie and then you're going to have to remind me all the things I saw. It is a problem, but it's fine. It's fine.
Can't wait to hear what your highlights from the week are. All right,
I love it.
Renee. Happy
Yes. Okay.
birthday to
Birthday
you.
to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to
to you.
you. Happy birthday. Okay, Sarah, here's where I need you.
Ooh.
This is, it is, and Sarah, please come on and be like, Renee, that is not how you pronounce it. J-Hope. It's J-Hope from the smash hit band that we all love and know, BTS.
Oh,
He's a band member of
cute.
BTS.
Look at him,
Very
cutie cute.
cute, very cute.
Cute,
His
cute, cute.
28th birthday, 28 today,
Oh, and
is,
look at those cheekbones in the other photo. You can see them
I
cheeky
know,
bones.
I know. That's the first. So, what facial feature is he most known for?
Cheekbones. I let me circle. Wait, is that the
No, that's not.
question?
But it's also it's not the question. It's not the
Do you
question.
see how this is why I can't do trivia? We're gonna see it. Maybe it's not my coworker's fault. Maybe the problem was me. Did you
No,
see
you
me?
nailed it. No, you nailed
Okay.
it. You nailed it. You did great. You did
You
great.
see
You
how
killed
it's
it.
like I got it.
No, but I nailed it. Why are you still continuing to
Next
talk? I
question.
nailed it.
Next
Okay.
question.
One of Sarah's favorite BTS members also goes by Hobie. So I think his name is also Hobie. And he collaborated with this artist to cover Chicken Noodle Soup. So they covered Chicken Noodle Soup. Which artist did he collaborate with to make such a thing?
didn't even know there was a song called Chicken Noodle Soup. So the fact that there's a
Sarah, I
cover
hope Sarah's
about
still
it.
speaking to me at the end of this. Yeah.
Get on uppers. You've heard the question. Who did this artist from B2K? Nope.
Oh, BTS, I
Listen,
believe. Yeah,
in my day, the boy band was called B2K, and it was four
you
black
get it.
kids running around singing
We love
bum
them.
bum bum. That's what
Yeah.
was happening.
Um,
So I get confused. Get on
it's
uppers. Do you know who's Sarah is get on uppers? Thankfully, you cannot see the private chat that we have with our producer.
yeah,
She is not
um,
pleased.
not
She is
thrilled.
Renee and I are
Not thrilled, and she has every
butchering.
right to be not thrilled. Yes.
Of
Yeah.
course. Problem is, there's like 10 kids. Like we're gonna be doing this. We got to get up on our K-pop because these
Yeah,
groups
we
have
do.
like 10 people in them. So there's gonna be a lot of birthdays that we'll be celebrating them.
So many birthdays, and justly so. And to be very fair, Jam, you and I are on the wrong side of history here. This group is the biggest group in the world. They single-handedly have taken down things on the internet, based
Oh,
off their
right. Yeah, with their
BTS army.
followers.
Does that seem right? Yeah. That they and friend of both of ours, Dave Holmes, did a Esquire interview with them, and Dave had like 15,000 followers, and then he did this interview, and all of a sudden he's got like 1 million because they are loyal. And he did right by them
Okay,
in the interview.
so let's get him on our, and maybe we'll get, maybe the YouTube algorithm will
Yeah.
hear that we've mentioned their name, and
Right.
they'll come to our show.
And then they'll, well,
Oh.
probably not if we
Welcome,
call them
BTS. Okay, don't come yet. Don't come yet. We'll be better. We'll be better next time.
We'll get there. We'll
Better
get there.
next time.
Okay, so Chicken Noodle Soup. Who did J-Hope collaborate with to create the cover of Chicken Noodle Soup?
Get on uppers. Are there any guesses? Doug, are you there? Doug, you're like Aaron. Lifeline. Do you know
Yeah.
any guesses?
Anyone?
Who did they cover?
Anyone?
They had to do something with. I'm gonna go with.
This kid is
Was
cute
it-
as a button. Oh my goodness.
Was it? Aaron says I got nothing for you. Okay, I'm gonna go. Was it Aaron Carter?
Sure. And you know what? Excellent guess. Becky G. Collaborated with Becky G to create the
So close.
cover.
So close.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Do yourself a
Uh,
favor and go watch
yes.
on YouTube, but then you'll get more clips of this. Aaron Carter being a mess, and he just is. Kid needs where's his conservatorship? That's all I'll
Of course
say.
he does. But I will say also go watch BTS. That's our
Oh,
assignment
that's
this weekend.
yeah,
Let's
that's-
familiarize
that's-
ourselves with BTS so that we don't
better one.
look like Katie Couric and Bryant Gumbel being like, "What's the internet?"
That wasn't fair. That's exactly it. Hi, Katie. You can be Brian. I'll be Katie.
We love them. We love them. Okay, you ready for the next birthday?
Yes, please.
Okay, it is Dr. Dre's 57th birthday. Happy birthday to Dr. Dre. We love him so much. 57th birthday. He is obviously
Dang, almost 60.
a iconic rapper. This one's an easy one. What event did he most recently perform at? What event did Dr. Dre most recently perform at?
Oh no. When did the Grammys happen? Was it the
Sure.
It's so hard because everything's been canceled. I don't know his schedule, and I don't follow him on
Right.
Instagram. I
You
reject
just
the
gave
question.
yourself
I don't do well with
the-
trivia.
No, you're killing it. You just did yourself the very best favor and hint by saying canceled. You canceled this event last week.
Great, Aaron. So helpful. Y'all, I clearly did not watch this thing.
You did
so
You did not. And I appreciate such
what
a
an
thing.
easy
Yes.
question. Aaron says Super Bowl. I can't believe it.
correct.
All I know is Mary J. Blige performed and I blacked out. If there's
That's-
one thing to
that's all
learn
you
about
need.
me, not a fan.
That's it.
Oh, because
Um,
Eminem was there. Super Bowl. We're
Mhm.
gonna go Super Bowl. Wherever
Yeah,
Eminem
and
goes.
you nailed it. You nailed it.
Dre.
You got it.
Here's
it.
my black
Uh,
friend.
I think the performers at the Super Bowl always have mixed reviews, but I loved it. I thought it was great. Thought Dr. Dre in particular was fantastic.
How was the dancing?
Alrighty.
I think that's another thing. If there's not dancers, like if there's not
Yeah.
like a Madonna or a Beyonce or a Janet, I'm like, what am I
Yeah.
gonna look at? Alicia Keys
No.
play the piano? Boring.
Right. No, you just heard 57. So killed it for 57. But those backup dancers were extraordinary. You would have been very impressed with the backup dancers. They were insane. They were so good. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Give it to me,
Okay.
please.
It is John Travolta's 68th birthday, and I do believe we have an impression.
Hey, happy birthday, everybody! It's me, John Travolta. Saturday Fever. I can't play Edna from Hairspray. I'm
Yeah.
John Travolta. It's me, John Travolta. I'm Michael with the angel wings.
Yeah.
Hey.
We love it. We absolutely spot on. Spot on, says Sarah, producer, and she's not wrong. She's not wrong. Completely spot on. Sounds nothing like Cher. The most distinct impression we've seen on this show. We love it so much.
I think
So
I do
John
a very
Travolta.
good John Travolta impression. Get on uppers. Sound out in the comments. I can't wait to hear.
Yes,
I can't wait
I
to
love it.
hear. And for those of you who are probably like, if you're just listening, you're like, oh, I didn't know John Travolta was there. So you know,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
talented.
And Sarah, listen, I love Sarah. Some of these are I will say softball because I know you got this. He was in what movie about summer lovin'? Had me a blast. Summer lovin' happened so fast. Do
Gosh.
da-do, da-do,
Was he in the
da-do,
sequel?
da-do,
I
da-do,
want to say,
da-do,
I don't think he
da-do,
Grease 2.
da-do.
I think he actually was not in Grease 2.
Puppy.
Was he in Grease? Did I reach too far? Did he come back for the
No.
sequel?
Who
Grease
knows?
2. I'm gonna go with Grease 2, and
Okay.
let's see.
You might be
if
right. I
John-
don't know if he's in Grease too. He definitely was in Grease, which is the answer to this question.
Oh gosh, today is not going well. Oh, Sandy and Danny did not return for the sequel. Oh,
Okay.
Aaron, you
Well,
let me down. You
there you
heard
go.
me say it, and you let me go down that dark pathway.
I love
Okay,
it.
well.
But I respect it. I respect it, and I love it. May I do? I
I thought
think.
Grease was too obvious. So I wanted to, you know.
Yeah. No, that
Oh,
makes
Tim
sense.
said Face Off. You know, Face Off did take place during the summer, so Tim would also be correct.
Tim is also correct, and it is about love, and it is about love. I love it. Okay, are you ready for one more? Everybody ready? You got one more in you?
I got yes,
Okay,
it is.
you
It
can do
do.
this. You can do this. Okay, it is Molly Ringwald's 54th birthday. Happy birthday, Molly
We'd
Ringwald!
love a Molly.
She's great. She's great. She's great. Iconic, known for her roles in many 80s movies, including the one where she was stuck in detention. What movie in the 80s was she stuck in detention? Molly Ringwald. We love her so much. Tell us.
All right, get on uppers. Where was she being stuck in detention? Was she in the faculty? No. Was she? I know she did last summer. Get on uppers. What do we think? I know she was in Pretty in Pink. Oh, Aaron, there it is. Yes. Aaron got it. The Breakfast Club. I was gonna say the faculty.
Club. There you go. Do you know, I haven't seen The Breakfast Club in its entirety. I have watched it probably 10 times, but through various, like, it was on, but I've never sat down and watched The Breakfast Club from beginning.
I have. I relived the 80s back in when I, what year? I was 28. This was maybe almost about 8 years ago. I was in a play called I was in a play and we were playing, it was like a coming of age story in the 80s, and it was like this gay coming of age story in the 80s, and so we had to relive it because so I watched The Breakfast Club and just for months surrounded myself with like 80s movies and music, and so I have. That's what the story is for.
Makes sense. Makes the most sense. Well, I love it, and I would like to see it. Is there video footage?
There is not, because that's sometimes just how the theater works. I do owe you my Reindeer on Me performance, so I'm saying that out loud to remind me of my. I played Ariana Rudolph.
6, 7, 8. I need to see. Come on. I want to learn. Will you teach me the Rain on Me choreography?
100%.
Is this something? Hear me out. Is this something? Is there a Get On Up summer recital in the mix?
Ooh, there might be.
Wherein we
what if they tune in and we're dancing?
Yeah.
That'd be great. Okay.
That'd be great. They would love that.
Get y'all ready.
Okay.
I'm just picturing meltdowns and rehearsals, but it'll be worth it. Okay. It is now time.
Yes.
Well, Get On Uppers, we did it. We got some of them right and some of them not as right as we would have liked, but we did it. Happy birthday to the celebrities. You're doing it right. You're doing it
Love
right.
it.
Hey, happy birthday to all my celebrity friends.
My fellow wait, hold on. Oh, I will shoehorn in astrology today for no reason at all. I don't care that much about it. Are they Pisces? Or are they Aquarius
I
still?
think they're
When does it flip?
Oh, this is the last day of Aquarius. I
Okay.
believe so. Last day of
Okay.
Aquarius.
All right. Hanging on by a thread.
I I just know that because I bought my niece, who her birthday was on, I don't know, the 12th or something.
Yeah.
I just know it was in this bracket, and I bought this little kids book about like what sign you are. So if you're an
Oh,
Aquarius, there's
that's
a book for
cute.
you, and get them while they're young. Get them hooked on looking at the newspaper of what's gonna
Yeah.
happen today, and get them while they're young.
I love it.
All right.
I love it. I
It
love
is
it. Yes.
time for our Black History Month moment. Black
Pew,
History
pew,
Month
pew. Pew, pew, pew,
moment.
pew, pew, pew.
So today we're going to be learning about Charles R. Drew. So
Amazing.
Charles R. Drew was born on June 3rd, 1904, and died young, actually. He died April 1st, 1950. Not an April Fool's joke I wanted to hear at all. So
Yeah. All
that's
right.
Charles Drew. So this Charles Drew. Who was Charles Drew? Great question, everybody. He was an African-American physician who developed ways to process and store blood plasma and blood banks. Kind of important.
Holy
Kind
cow.
of
That's
important.
incredible. I love that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he developed a method for processing and preserving blood plasma or blood without cells. So his
Okay.
research served as the basis of his doctorate thesis called Banked Blood, and he received his doctorate degree in 1940. So he also became the first African American to earn this degree from Columbia. So just cracking glass ceilings left and right. And
Yeah.
then, as World War II is just doing its thing over in Europe, he was then
Right.
asked to head up a special medical effort known as Blood for Britain. So this is like really key because they're like, oh, we need blood. We need more bandages. And he's like, well, I can help you with the blood thing. I got this little thing called blood banks that I have own whipped up. And they're like, get on over
Okay.
here. How key and integral. You need these people to stay alive. They
Truly.
need blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's what he did. He gets over there. He's like, okay, I'm going to organize you all. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. They're like, okay, yes, Charles Drew. Yes, Dr. Drew, the good one who's not lost his mind yet. Is this what
Yes.
happens? Or that's going to be
Mhm.
us.
Oh,
Years from now,
guaranteed. Yeah.
Aaron's going to be like, oh, gosh, Renee and Jam really went off the deep end.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what he's
Well,
going to
you
say, like,
won't. You won't.
an
I'm
hour
already
from
showing
now.
signs.
An
But you
hour
won't.
from now, this is what's
Yeah.
going to happen. I'm going to cancel. I'll cancel myself. Don't you worry. When I
Yeah,
see it coming, I
absolutely
will
not.
cancel myself. Happy to take my name. Oh, that's it. I've gone too far. So, Charles
Yes.
Drew, he organized the collection and processing of blood plasma from several New York hospitals, and the shipment of these life-saving materials went overseas to treat the casualties in the war. So in
Wow.
1941, he then spearheaded another blood bank effort, and this time it was for the American Red Cross. And so he worked on developing a blood bank to be used for the US military personnel. And then after creating two of the first blood banks, Drew became so frustrated with the military's request for segregating the blood donated by African Americans. He was like, this is insane.
Right.
This is really dumb. This is
Yeah.
dumb. Here I
Yeah.
am, black man, helping you all save these lives. And you're like, but your blood goes
Uh-huh.
over there. It's tainted.
Right.
And at first, the
Good.
military did not want to use the blood of African Americans, but later they said it could only be used for African American soldiers. And then Drew was just outraged by this racist policy, and he resigned his post a few months later.
Got it. Okay.
Charles Drew. That's Charles
That's
Drew.
so these are incredibly informative, and I am learning so much, but it also is boy, is there a common theme.
Racism.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can't talk about Black history
You sure
without
can't.
having to hear about people having to overcome adversity and
Yeah.
triumphs, and that still goes on today. People who are still like the first to do different things, and they're going because these things are so systemic. But we
Right.
hope to tell these stories to look back and be able to be like, wow, like that's so wild. That even ever happened. I will say I'm also
Would you
not
look at
surprised
that?
that the American Red Cross was like wildin'. Like it is also like my brother, for example, he does blood drives, and he really
Right.
wants to do one with the LGBT, the gay community specifically.
Mhm.
LGBT people are not allowed to, well, gay people are not allowed to, gay men are not allowed to donate blood. They've had a partner. I think in the last year, it's been shortened a bit.
Right.
But it's such an old. They test the blood.
Yeah.
They test the blood, and so
Right.
it's also it's a very homophobic, archaic law
Mhm.
that is in place because that's saying as if heterosexual people cannot also have HIV or something like that. So
Right.
here we are in 2022, but this is about Charles Drew doing the work. Yeah, so
Love it.
Charles Drew.
This was
Yeah.
incredible, absolutely amazing, and truly, I've learned so much. I really appreciate these. Thank you. And do we I know it's been canceled, but do we get you on Drunk History? You're so talented. You're so good at playing the
Oh,
characters. I feel
Renee,
like
that is like my biggest
we
compliment ever. I love drunk history,
yeah,
and it would be like my dream because I'm not even drunk, and I'm telling you the story in a
come
crazy
on, come
way.
on. You know what's so I didn't think of that, though. I didn't think of you as the storyteller. I thought of you as the characters that play it, where
Oh
you,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
act out their well, I
Hey,
guess you
hey,
could do
hey, hey.
that. Okay. One of
Yeah.
each. One of each for you.
It would
One
be
of
my
each for
dream.
you.
I love drunk history. Because here's the thing, I love history, but I like to have fun with it. If you
Yeah,
notice, like to
you got it.
do little
You absolutely
voices.
have
Otherwise,
to.
it's so heavy.
Or
Hey, you stop being all racist
you
with this
can't.
blood. My
No,
blood's just as
you can't.
good. And they were like, Charles Drew, we don't want your
No.
blood. You're black.
You can't have it. You can't have it. I have two things I want to say. The first one is, are you caught up on Abbott Elementary?
No, I only saw the
Okay.
first episode because you told me to.
Okay.
But I love
Okay.
Quinta.
Gotcha.
I just haven't had time. I haven't had
That's
time.
fair. No. It's really hard to keep it. It is excellent. It is excellent. They are doing such an incredible job. But Sarah, producer, popped in to say, I love that show. I love it.
Mm.
This is giving away nothing. It's not because it's not super serialized right now. There's like a few things that are carrying over. But the sort of the premise of this week's episode was you're familiar with the substitute teacher, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And
So this
very
yes.
cutie guy. Cute. And it's
Cute,
the will
cute,
there,
couldn't be
won't
cuter.
they? And get on uppers. I'm curious. Anybody watching Abbott Elementary out there? You can catch it on Hulu or ABC.
It's true. Yeah, you sure could. So the premise, I promise this is going to what you said about like telling stories in a charismatic way. So they're sort of starting to feature like, the testing is coming up. We've got to make sure that you've got it. And so the substitute teacher is just like trying to rigorously be like, you have to remember this. And the kids are like, I need a break. Give me a break. And then the other teachers are telling him that kids especially learn better when it is via a story or via movement. And it's really interesting that I think you retain stuff so much more when it's done in storytelling. And then I personally will learn nothing if you lecture to me. Will not
Oh yeah.
retain anything. I have to feel like I wasn't supposed to hear this, but I just sort of eavesdropped onto a story.
Like
So if you're just like, oh, casually, this thing happened in my life, and then you had the lesson that way, watch how fast I pay attention to it all.
it's
But
like
if you
getting
lecture
you to
me,
eat your broccoli. I put candy corn on top of it,
Yeah.
and she's nom, 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 nom,
Yum,
nom.
yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum.
Oh, let's see. One of
Yum.
my favorite Renee catchphrases. Nom, nom, nom,
Yeah.
nom, nom.
Yum, 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 yum. And it rarely applies to actual food. It's usually exactly. Oh, the weather is going to be 75 degrees tomorrow. Yum, 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 yum.
You
That's going to be a
just
nice
eat it
day for
up.
me.
I want to welcome. We've got Johnny who just joined, and Judy, and Katrina, and Luke. And yes, Johnny, we are talking about science. We certainly are talking about science. We were just talking about
I love it.
Charles Drew, who helped black inventor who invented these plasma bags, like blood bags, life-saving invention. So hats
So
off.
helpful.
Now, Renee, it is time for Flashback Friday.
Yes, it sure is.
Ooh,
Are
a
you
little
ready?
tap dance, a little T for
Yeah,
two
thank
for
you
your
so much.
flashback.
Great. I'm done. I'm done with my presentation.
Never
Will you
stop.
please tell us what Flashback Friday is?
No, you tell them. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Ah,
All right. Okay.
No, I
Happy
like
to.
to- Well, you all know how we like to peek behind the curtain. So what just happened was Renee didn't know what the segment was just now, and so she pitched it to me. And then I knew that she didn't know, so I pitched it back to her. No. You tell her. You tell them. Okay,
Okay, no,
so
I'd be
sorry I
happy to.
did that. I love you
Yeah.
so much. I'm so sorry. I
No, I
hope you
love
don't
it.
mind. I hope you don't
I
mind.
no, I'm happy to take it. Welcome to Flashback Friday, everybody, where we talk about our favorite flashes. I personally love a camera flash. I love lightning. Let's dive
Mhm.
into it. Is that what it is? What's Flashback Friday?
So you were like, you want me to do it? Fine. You'll never ask me to do this again. So Flashback Friday is we go back in time into our history and we ask a question to you, the audience, and to each other. And so today's theme is extracurriculars in high school. What
Yeah.
extracurriculars in high school did you get into? Get on uppers. You can into your Echo device say, I got into this. I was in the marching band. I did pole vault. I was on the Beekeepers Society. Whatever it is, we can't wait to hear. Renee, what did you get into in high school? What were you doing? What was Renee up
Oh
to?
boy. Oh boy. No, I would love to tell you. So there was my freshman year in high school. My freshman year, I was just like, I'm gonna reinvent myself. I'm gonna get into sports. I'm gonna do it. And then I was quickly informed that I did not make any team. Not a one. So I got myself immediately right on back to the arts. And I genuinely did love forensics, is what it was called, which is weird, but it was like our debate team. Did not
Oh,
debate.
right.
But we got to do. They had a monologue section, or it was basically just like a scene study. So I loved scene study. But you would like get to compete. But I find myself constantly thinking back about those competitions. My partner, I'm going to say his full name, was Brian Colonna, and I have yet to this day had a bigger crush on anyone in my life.
Wow.
Obsessed with Brian Colonna. I was not mutual. That was not. We did. He did not land in the same feelings, but it was so great. And then we did a scene from Neil Simon's Last of the Red Hot Lovers. I'm really going to give you all the details of this. And I find myself looking back to what I thought acting was back then. And Last of the Red Hot Lovers sort of does tap into the tropes of mental illness before it was so like mainstream. And so she's talking about how she's depressed, and she's going through the symptoms of it, and it's something to the effect of like, you don't feel anything. I think is probably how that line should be delivered. But old 16-year-old Renee in Colorado who did not know how to, was like, you don't feel anything. Thriving and throwing myself to and fro.
Oh my
And
god.
I can't imagine that any of the judges of that competition are watching today, but if they are, I am sorry. I'm so
Oh my
sorry.
gosh.
Because is there anything worse than watching a try-hard high schooler? I don't know that there is. It was bad. So
Well,
debate and musical theater. That's what I
I
did in
love
high school.
all of that so much. I
Yeah.
just want to give a quick welcome to some of the Get On Uppers who are coming in here just in time to hear Renee's dramatic recounting of her her high school experience. We got Johnny who during this. Who what I love is that there's a conversation between Johnny and Doug. I think they might know each other.
Oh,
We've
looky
got
there.
hi Doug from Johnny, and Doug's like, hey, I'm back, and then Johnny is asking, hey Doug, do you remember me? It's sort of like
Sweet. That's
I
very
love
sweet.
it. The Get It Uppers just having a conversation and getting to
Mhm.
know each other. This is great.
Great.
Love it.
We'd love to have it.
Um,
This is exactly what we want.
and then
We're
Johnny
also
said,
curious, guys.
who are you two? And I love that too. It's coming to the show.
It's a fair
No,
question,
who are
Johnny.
you?
It's
Who
a
are
fair
you two?
question. Yeah.
Well, Johnny, great to meet you. I
Mhm.
am James Arthur M. This is Renee Colbert over here, and you're
Hello.
watching Get On Up. You're watching Get On Up.
Jam and
What's
Renee.
happening here? And they
Where the
just
premise
met on
is Renee
Backchannel
sold me
this
in Ringwald.
morning. Look at Backchannel. Friends are happening.
Is there anything more fun than that? This is our dream. This is exactly what we want.
Oh, they were with the you were with the early show. Well, dang,
Yeah.
y'all should get like a badge or something because you're like
Yeah.
hardcore back channelers if you're here. This is so great. We're curious, Johnny, if you want to chime in. Doug, we'd love to hear from you as well. What extracurriculars did you get into in high school? It's our Flashback Friday question. We're getting to know each other. What did y'all get into in high school? What did you do? Um, I was class president for 3 out of the 4 years in high school, definitely highly involved in
Of course
student
you were.
government.
Of course you were. Why wouldn't you
If you've
be?
ever seen the movie Election with Reese Witherspoon, that's me. She's very hardcore, very intense. I ruled that school. Like, the power does corrupt. I watched House
Yeah.
of Cards, and I'm like, oh, that's a little dangerously close to my high school experience of just you can't put me in politics. I will play the game.
Mhm.
I would like put people in
Okay.
positions. So I would hold on, my class would hold on to voting power.
Wow. That's impressive.
Some people, I was in an alliance with some people who went against me and they were nominated for prom queen, and I stuffed the ballot box with my new alliance members to make sure they didn't win.
Wow. I respect it.
Yeah.
I deeply
Uh,
respect it. Yeah.
in my defense, the nerdy
Yes.
drama girl ended up winning prom queen, but
Great.
we
Perfect.
it's not
That's
a lot of
exactly what you want. I can't wait to dive into this. I absolutely want to hear about High School Jam. This is riveting. I love
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah.
I
There was
love
I
this.
mean, the stories I could tell. We could do a whole segment. I don't want to take up too much of our. I only have 9 minutes for this segment.
Sure.
But I did drama. I did do drama. I trying to impress my dad. I did football because I have a big football family.
Wow.
Um, my brother and I were laughing about this. Like, I did football so I was class president freshman year.
Yeah.
Then some woman was like, I can do it better. I was like, okay, all right. I'll step aside. She was president. She was terrible. I
She
came
did
back junior
terrible.
and senior
Yeah.
year, but I
Yeah.
did still do student government. Yeah, so I did I did football, but I didn't make it through the full season. My uniform was the cleanest uniform. I'd get in for like one play. I was a defensive lineman. There was no reason for me to be a defensive
Okay.
lineman. They're just like, we
Okay.
need somebody over there. I wasn't fast enough. I couldn't catch as well. And I maybe made it like 4 games, and then I was like, mainly the bullying was so terrible on the away games, like it was just intense. You thought you were going to get murdered by the cooler
Right.
kid, and I was like, I don't need this. So I went over back to student government and got my power from there, and no one ever bothered me. So, and I
Looky
did some
there.
theater.
That
Did
is
some
fascinating and riveting in a way that I probably could have predicted if it were multiple choice. That's isn't that funny that you're kind of locked in. Once you're in high school, and that's who you're gonna be. That's just who you're gonna be.
Well, we had this motto in leadership class: lead
Yeah.
now or step aside. And that is literally how I live my life. Like, you're not gonna lead? Great. I will take charge of this. Like,
That's so
just,
funny. I love it.
yeah.
My friend Julie and I have a mantra among ourselves, like when we start to get frustrated with everything that's going on in the world. We said it offhandedly, but now it's just become sort of the slogan for our friendship is help or leave. Because if you're not gonna help, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of jam. You were so checked out.
I am. I'm sorry. I was keeping up with the.
I understand. I understand. You're keeping up with the comments.
I was
Exactly. Johnny and Doug are best of friends. We want to talk about Aaron, who played guitar for show choir. That's so cool. And jazz band. That's amazing. That's amazing.
See,
I love it.
good things are coming. Highs to Tim is out there. There's a hi Johnny. Look, there's great conversations. They're also not really listening to us, Renee. They're just having conversations.
Nor should they be. And nor should they be. Honestly, yeah, that's right. Who wants to hear about what you did in high school? Nobody, except for you, Get on Uppers. I would love to hear what you did in high school. That sounds like something I'd be interested in.
I did do track, but like the thing with track was like, I don't know. Our track team in high school was really about the only team that was really going to run were the relay guys. We would go to. It was more like a place to socialize after school. We would just walk around the track. They used to try to make me do hurdles. I don't know who thought I would be good at hurdles. It's usually like, what do we need someone to fill in? You can do this thing over there.
Right.
Yeah,
I guarantee you were great at it. It's just not something you wanted to do. You're very athletic. You're just
I do. Well, I played
organized
sports when I was a kid. Played sports when I was a kid by force, and I missed X-Men every Saturday morning. But I did growing up. I played soccer. I didn't like it at the time, but then when I wasn't playing soccer anymore, I actually really enjoyed soccer and wish I had continued playing it. You know what game I really love though?
Right.
Dodgeball and kickball. I love. Give me
I can see
some
that.
elementary
Have you gotten
school
yourself
sports.
on adult teams?
I have
Yes.
played on an adult dodgeball team. It's Tim says if I went to Jam's high school, it sounds like I'd be crying in the bathroom every day. It depends if you're in my alliance or not, Tim. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I play to win. I play to win. And if you're
Yeah.
in my same graduating class, we had class competitions that were so intense, and
Right.
to the point where you would stack student government to have more voting power because you would vote on the teachers who would be the judges for class competitions, and so you wanted
Fair.
to harness that power. Just it's politics. Just
Of course. Yeah,
yeah.
but you learn that
And
at an
don't
early
cross me, Tim,
age.
because you will not be winning prom royalty. I'll just say that. If you cross me, I'll stuff that ballot box.
Don't you do it. Don't you do
Yeah.
it. So wait, Survivor came out right around the time that you were in high school, right? Is that how you were
Yeah.
so familiar with alliances and how to win and outwit, outsmart, outlast? Did that
Um
feed into your philosophy of maintaining class
It,
president the whole time?
I think it's just something that came naturally to me, which is why I should just
Yeah,
be on one of these
sounds right.
reality television shows. It
You really
came naturally.
should.
You get into spaces of survival. No man is an island. You can't do it by yourself. You gotta have
Right.
alliances and allies. So
I love it.
that's that.
I absolutely love
Yeah.
it. That's so cool. All right.
Well,
Yes.
there we are. We're halfway through the show, Renee.
And over the moon to be here, and over the moon to be here. Get on uppers. You guys are being so sweet and kind to each other and kind to us, and we love you so much. But we got more show. We got more show where that goes. It doesn't end after the first hour. There's more where that came from. And as you know, and I hope this is right, at the top of the first hour, there'll be no mention of news. None. At the top of the second hour, we're going to give you some news. We'll tell you
Here
what's
comes
going
the
on in the world, but you
news.
got to wait a whole hour. A full
Yeah.
hour to hear what is happening. Some highlights from the week, some things that have been percolating during the week. Now we're going to tell you about
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely. I got a few. I got something just gonna I got this is what I've been trying to break the news to you all for the longest time. Do we have any video gamers out there? Any gamers
Ooh.
get on uppers? Say yes. Like do you play Switch? And then specifically do you play Mario Kart? That's what we're looking for. Anybody. Does anybody have a Switch? Shout it out there in the comments. We'd love to know. Do you play Mario Kart? I have good news for you. For those of you who've been playing Mario Kart 8 and been like, man, oh man, do I need some new games or new tracks? It looks like they're going to be doing adding a bunch of new games to a bunch of new levels. They're going to be over the course of the next year, adding about 48 additional courses in an expansion pack. That's about like double the amount of levels that are already there. Is it just I'm excited? Renee, I know you play Mario Kart every night before you go to bed. You watch Ant-Man
Absolutely.
and
It's
then you
part of my
play Mario
research.
Kart.
Yes, exactly. I sure do. I have the world's worst hand-eye coordination. I do think that is a sort of benefit of my dyslexia, that I just can't see things in a way that you're supposed to, and not in the right order. So I used to, in my 20s, I used to watch a lot of boyfriends play video games, but I myself will not be
Oh.
participating. Thank you so much. I'm not good at
That also sounds triggering because, like, probably those relationships did not end well, and they were playing just
No, they
video
didn't.
games all the time. So
I know.
I'm
I know.
sorry. Well, Renee, when I
Thank
move
you.
to
Yes,
LA, we'll have fun. It'll be low key. I will make you
I
play.
love
I will
it.
make you play.
I
I will make you.
would love
But it'll
it.
be
I would.
no pressure. It'll be no pressure. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Easy peasy, easy peasy, easy peasy. Well, that's very exciting. And do we know when they're coming out?
They think the first release is coming out sometime in the spring. Here's what they're doing though. They're just giving you like 8 tracks at a time. And then the
Okay.
lead up is because they announced that Mario Kart 9 was going to be coming out soon, but now we think that
Mhm.
Mario Kart 9 might not come out until 2024 because if they're going to
Mm,
release all these new tracks, they're going to milk this game so much. And here's the thing
fair.
about Mario Kart 8, like this game is old, 2017, but it's still one of the top selling Switch games, which is really
Right.
wild. Like it's a 5-year-old game, and it's still one of the top 10 games out there on Switch. People just still keep
That's
buying
well,
it, and
because
so
it's
now
great. Because it's fun.
they're gonna have
Okay.
more tracks. It's fun. It's fun. You used to play a
I
Mario
love
Kart when
it.
you were a
I
kid.
love
You
it.
used to
I did.
play.
I played Super Mario Brothers. We had a Tetris. No, we didn't. We had a Game Boy that had
Nope.
Tetris
Don't
and
mention
Super
that.
Mario Brothers. And so I played those. And those two games I got good at. But that's it. That's it. If it's not those two games, I cannot play it. In this sector of, I don't have one, so I cannot participate. But did you know that Peloton just came out with a video version of how to ride the bike? So I think it's Rock Band. What's the video game that is like you're playing a band?
Oh, like
Get on Uppers,
Rock
you
Band
probably
or
know this.
something. Yeah, get on Uppers.
Yeah.
Do you play the? I
What's
don't
that
know if we have
called?
any gamers out there. They're quiet.
Oh, that band. Okay.
Not Garage Band. Rock Band.
Maybe
Get
Rock
Guitar
Band.
Hero. Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero. Thank you.
Mhm,
Thank you so
mhm.
much. So it's like Guitar Hero where you're following a track, but you have to like pedal on the beat of when it comes in. It looks cool. It looks fun for people who are good at video games and
Oh.
have hand-eye coordination. I bet that that's a cool way to do it.
And Tim coming
I
in with
don't.
the assist says Guitar Hero, so we were right on the money. We know we got it right because Tim
Yeah.
confirmed. I will say this though, Peloton just recently laid off a bunch of engineers, so I don't know what's going on over there. I don't
Peloton's
know
having
if
a hard time. They're having a hard time.
maybe
Yeah.
because people are going back out into the gym, so
Yep.
I think they maybe had their moment. I think they had
Let's
their
see.
moment.
Let's. But
Yeah.
they got us. Well, I don't know. I'm sure they're corrupt. Any corporation's bad. But I was
Give
going
it
to say,
time.
I think
Give it
that
time. Give it time.
they helped a lot of people in 1920.
It felt like it. It felt
2020.
like
They
it.
helped a lot of people in
Yeah,
2020. All right.
they did.
Um,
They did.
I have 3 news stories for you. 2 are
Okay,
amazing.
great.
1 is ridiculous, and I'm going to lead with the ridiculous one.
Give it.
What I think is so funny about this is when I forced everybody to hear the history of Little Debbie, we saw over and over again that they would release a product that was involving space. So like when we
Yeah.
landed on the moon, they had the moon cakes. When in the 1980s, we were sending up shuttles every other day. They had like the stratosphere cakes. Well, Coca-Cola has taken a page from Little Debbie, and they are releasing a new flavor of Coke. It's very exciting. It's reddish blue, and it is called Starlight. Starlight
Oh.
flavored Coca-Cola coming to you. Sarah, we do have a picture of this if you want to show everybody what they're getting themselves into. That is supposed to be a version of space. And I think when you speak of Coke, you want to use the word notes. Notes reminiscent of stargazing around a campfire, as well as a cooling sensation that evokes the feeling of a cold journey through space. So if you've never traveled through space, well, Coca-Cola's got your back. They would love to help you do that in a fizzy beverage. How do we feel about this? Starlight
I
Coca-Cola
don't
coming
see
to
how
you
this
this
is
spring.
any different than regular. I don't understand what the difference is. The
Yeah.
cherry flavor is
Yeah.
it's just named different. They're just trying to be
Right.
like space is happening, so are we.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I missing
That's
anything?
a thing.
I got
Nope.
it. Did
You're
I get
not.
it right? Is that what's happening?
Yep.
It's the
I think
plate.
they're
It's
like,
gonna.
we saw Matthew McConaughey do a commercial for Earth, so I guess Earth is out, space is in. Coke will be there. I think
You'll be
it's what they're
drinking your
doing.
cokes
Yeah.
as you go up in space. Interesting. Well, I mean, everyone needs a gimmick. Gotta have. If
They
we
sure do.
learn nothing from Gypsy, gotta have a gimmick. Gotta have a
Yes.
gimmick.
Could not agree more. Could not agree more. Okay, so that's my ridiculous one, and then I have 2 good ones after that.
I got some news too. Make room for
Okay. Well,
James.
that's what I'm
Make room for
saying. I was
James.
saying we're going to lob back and forth.
Okay.
So it seems
I don't know how this
yes.
thing works. I don't know how this thing
Yeah.
works. Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna steal yours. Let me get in here first because it
Ooh,
might. This
maybe.
has Renee written all over it.
Let's
I do want to say
see.
that it does. Tim did mention that they probably just accidentally spilled some random flavors in a batch of Coke, and they're like, "This is our new flavor."
I
Tim,
guess
you're so
that's it.
right.
Tim, you're 100%
I
right.
do wonder. Tim, you bring up a great point. The science of the science of food. You know,
Right.
the how food how it's I think most things just happen on accident.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Most food
Yeah.
titles, most of them just happen on accident the way that they were made. Wouldn't you say?
Sounds
Like I don't
completely
think like
correct.
someone's intentionally trying to make bread. They just were
No.
like left some things out, and then they're like, "Oh, it's rising. Can I eat
Right.
this?" Nom, 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 nom. Like
Right.
a lot of trial and error with early food too. Can I eat this?
Yeah.
Nom, nom, nom. No,
Yeah.
I
Yum,
can't.
yum,
I'm
yum.
dead.
No, you sure
I'm dead.
cannot.
She's all
You
dead.
sure cannot.
She's all dead.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so you got one that you think I like and maybe is also
Yeah.
mine. We'll see.
So, do you know Megan Thee Stallion?
Of course I know Megan Thee Stallion. Of course I do.
Well, do you
Why
know
wouldn't
that she's about to be Megan the movie star?
I?
She's going to be
Uh-oh.
in A24. They're doing a musical. It's called I can't say it fully, but it's bleeped out, but
Okay.
it's effing identical twins. The movie is going to be starring Nathan Lane, Bowen Yang, and Megan Mullally. Megan Mullally?
Whoa.
Yeah, Megan Mullally. That's her.
Fun.
So it's
Okay.
an R-rated comedy. It's being described as a subversive spin on The Parent Trap. So instead of two Lindsay Lohans, it's going to follow the
It's very funny.
oppositions, Aaron Jackson and Josh Sharp. After realizing that
Mhm.
they're identical twin brothers, they decide to switch places and hope that their divorced parents will get back together. So I guess this
Great.
is based on like a stage show that they did at the
Yeah.
Upright Citizens Brigade. You're a UCB, right?
Of
You went to
course.
UCB.
Yes.
Same,
Absolutely.
same, same. I was part of the last graduating class before the New York one was like, we don't have any money. We have to stop doing this.
Oh
So
no.
I
Okay.
think it's still trying to
Right.
survive, but the wheels were coming
It's
off the wagon.
exactly. Yeah.
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 But yeah, so the comic duo, they wrote this film adaptation. Yes, this will be they're working on it. It's also got Marius de Veris, who's working on it, who worked on Moulin Rouge and La La Land. Did not see the latter, saw the
Got it.
former a
Okay.
million times. Like
Of
a
course.
big
I
Moulin
also
Rouge
didn't
guy.
see La La Land. Yeah.
Oh, yay, we did it. I can't get over that like a black man's ruining jazz music, and like that's the whole entire the premise is like
Sure.
John Legend is ruining jazz music and Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling has to save it.
Yeah. All right. Hate that. Okay.
So yes, but this movie, how do we feel? Get on uppers. Are we interested in seeing Megan Thee Stallion
Yes.
in this musical that is adult adaptation of The Parent Trap?
Right? Premise alone is hilarious. That's so funny. Because I think The Parent Trap sort of denotes of like both of those girls had great lives before they found out that they were part of an identical twin. Like their everything was going great. So, but in the premise of The Parent
That's
Trap,
very
it's
true.
met as like, oh my gosh, this is going to save everything. You're like, no, your life was already amazing. So I love to switch it with my life is great, and now I got to deal with this. I love that. That's very, very funny. And I couldn't be a bigger fan of Megan Mullally. I think she's hilarious. So Megan B. Stallion as
Yeah.
well, but I think Mullally, Bowen Yang, and who's the last one?
Nathan Lane.
And
I mean,
Nathan
this is
Lane.
an
Yeah.
all-star
Okay.
musical class. And Tim has a
Yeah.
great point. A24 has a really good track record. Very true.
That's true.
That studio
That's
is
true.
doing really good. I think they're
Yeah.
very specific on the projects that it is that they are wanting to work on. So, and
That's
it
amazing.
works. It's showing.
Bowen Yang, I brought this up. I don't think it was yesterday, but at some point this week that Dana Carvey has that podcast Fly on the Wall wherein they're talking to various SNL alum, and Tina Fey was on there, and it was really cool, I think, to hear. So Tina Fey was raving about the most recent cast, specifically Bowen Yang. She's like, he is a genius,
It's
and
a
I do.
great
I think he's
cast.
a star on the rise, right? So,
Oh yeah, the cast
yeah,
right now is stellar. Even their supporting players, I'm like, they
yeah,
all have to make it to next year because you're
yeah,
not all of them will. But you're just like, but they're all
mm,
so good. I wouldn't
yeah,
lose one of them.
yeah,
It's a very
yeah, yeah.
stellar class. I am sad that Beck left quietly last year. He's so good. He was
Sure.
really good. Are y'all SNLers? Do you watch SNL? What do we think? And Renee, back to you.
Back to me. Now it's my turn. Okay. I am thrilled to tell you that GLAAD has done a study. And in that study, broadcast TV has never been more queer. We're getting there. We're getting there, which is very, very, very exciting. So this is a report from GLAAD, and they are saying that nearly 12% of regular appearing characters are members of the LGBTQ community, according to GLAAD's annual "Where Are We on TV?" report. The report documents that LGBTQ representation across broadcast, streaming, and cable series for the 2021-2022 season ending in May has upped their representation by 12%, which is incredible. Now, there are little caveats to this that they have also added new streaming services. So Disney wasn't on there, Apple wasn't on there. So I think your percentages will go up if you just add more shows. But the fact that it's on there is so great. And I think anything that is an increase in this arena is a very good thing instead of a decline or it maintained. Isn't that cool?
Wow, Renee, you know it's so
Yes.
funny.
Yes.
I was gonna report that In a record-setting statistic, nearly 12% of series regulars on scripted primetime broadcasts
No.
in the
Shoot.
2021 to
Shoot.
2022 season
Shoot.
are
Okay.
LGBTQ+. That's about
Shoot.
50% higher than the percentage of Americans who identify as queer, according to the
Yeah.
most recent
Shoot.
data study,
Okay.
and marks a 3% increase over GLAAD's previous TV survey.
Well,
I
look
just
at
think it's
that.
so funny.
Yeah.
We're here to report on the same thing. It's
The
great.
same
This is
thing,
great.
because it's
I
such
think
a
it's
cool thing.
great.
It's such a
This
cool
is very
thing.
good.
And Sarah, I
Yeah.
did put in there. Do you guys want to see what GLAAD's logo looks like? You want to see what
Yeah,
GLAAD's logo
would
looks? Because I
love to
included a
see the
picture.
logo. Give it to
You certainly
us.
don't have to. You certainly don't have to. Of course, we covered the same story. That is very exciting.
It is very, I
I
mean, so
love that.
exciting, especially
Yeah.
because actually there were, in recent years, Sarah,
There you
really
go. You got it. I got you.
great. Did you quit? You're like, oh, I need this to tell my story about GLAAD.
Right. Yep.
Okay, great.
Well, because I wanted, what is funny is I was looking for what I
Like an
want is,
infographic.
well, no, well, yes, an infographic would be great, but what I want is for there to be like one of those amazing like Vanity Fair spreads of every single LGBTQ character that they're talking about.
Right,
So I could find a
right.
bunch of individual shows, but I couldn't find all of
Right.
them. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't I want them all to feel equally special. So instead I just did the logo. Yeah.
Wow, I'm really surprised like Disney's like mentioning of Loki being bisexual didn't put them on the chart. Like again, they do this thing where they're like, "Oh yeah, that character's gay or queer," but they don't like it's just in
Right.
name only oftentimes, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yep. No, I get it. Of course we did the same story. I bet you have a little bit more information about it. Do you want to share a bit
no,
more about it? No,
no,
that's it.
that's the
Okay.
big highlight.
Okay.
Again, but it's up because it was nice like there are years in recent years when it was down. So it is nice to
Yeah.
see this,
Or
this
it
going
just
up here.
maintains, which is always a bummer. I'm just like, well, it didn't go down, but we're not making any progress on this, which
Yeah,
is a
right.
bummer.
Well, I mean, I'd rather that than anything. Also, too, the more that it's out there, the more compelling and interesting the characters get,
Mhm.
the more dimensional that they get. Like, there's Legendary on HBO Max. There's like, which is about ballroom culture and ballroom competition. Highly recommend RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, there's all kinds of a lot of reality television. And I think in some years that was the main thing. It was like really driving in reality television, but it's also nice to see in scripted series as well.
Couldn't
Elizabeth just
agree.
joined the stream as well. Welcome, Elizabeth. We are doing
Yeah.
some news from the week in case you missed it. Some news in case you missed it. I have one.
Okay.
So,
Yes. Please tell me.
So Stranger Things season 4 is coming out. Do we watch Stranger Things? Get on uppers. Let me know. Let us both know. Not just me. You can let Renee know as well. The rest of the Get on Up crew. Do y'all watch Stranger Things? Are we excited? It's been postponed a bit because of the Pandarella. We've not gotten a new season of Stranger Things in a while, but it's coming this summer. But they're doing it in 2 different ways. So do you watch Stranger Things, Renee? Too scary.
Of course not. No, absolutely not. I couldn't even get through the pilot. Terrifying. No, too scary.
Very
Too
scary.
scary.
It was very
Yeah.
scary. But it's so good. It's very like Goonies. Like it's very like 80s after my own child heart. So it is. Did you watch the Goonies as a kid?
Yeah, hated it. I couldn't watch Goonies. I couldn't watch Ghostbusters. I hated it. Yeah, too scary.
Oh
No,
my gosh.
stop
Fair.
trying to
All
scare
right.
me. Let's get. Oh, can we a dance number in here already, please? I am fragile.
You just know what you like. You're protecting yourself. I love it. Well, I got it. The first scene in particular is very terrifying. So Stranger Things, for you all who super great show. It's on Netflix, but they're doing a different release model with this. They're releasing this season in 2 volumes. So the first one's going to be released. So they're going away from the binge model. So they're splitting up the season. So the first half of the season will be released on May 27th. And then the next one will be the second part of it will be released just 5 weeks later on July 1st. So the idea is that they want to kind of milk the zeitgeist, because what happens is a show like Stranger Things will get released and it's in the zeitgeist for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks and then it dies down. But if they release them 5 weeks apart, it'll pretty much guarantee that for like 8 to 10 weeks people will be talking about Stranger Things. And then the other thing about it is, oh, Tim, you've not gotten around to watching Stranger Things. Oh, but you want to get around to it. This is the perfect time. Start now, because then there's 3 seasons, and then you'll get to do these season 4 right there. So you won't have to wait too long.
Amazing.
So
That'd be
the
great.
other thing is that it looks like Netflix is maybe being sneaky with this, because the first half of the season will release and by the May 31st cutoff for them to be considered for this season of the Emmys. And then their second
Very
part,
smart.
isn't
Mhm.
that smart? The second part will then be eligible for the next series of Emmys. So it looks like they're just
Perfect.
being little smarty pants over there.
That's exactly
And
what we
again, getting people
need.
to like, lock in their Netflix accounts and be buzzworthy for, a good 8 to 10 days.
I love
Weeks.
it. Could not love it more. Could not love it
Oh,
more.
and they've been
Yes.
confirmed for a season 5. So there will be a final season 5, which makes me really excited, because
Okay.
for a while Netflix was doing like shows only get 4 seasons, and
Right.
I think 5 is the magical number for me. I think shows usually
Yeah.
need like 5 seasons, and then wrap it up.
Come on. Come on. So exciting. Okay. Well, I'm thrilled for you. I think you're going to have the best time watching it. Can't wait to hear about it. Will not be watching myself. Sounds great, though. I'm glad that you're looking forward to it.
Are you
Can I tell you
sure?
something? Yes.
Yes.
No.
Right.
I mean, if I watch it in broad daylight and you tell me what's going to happen, then I can. So I'm having 0 problems with Euphoria. I don't know what I
So
think it's a jump
interesting.
scare. I can handle suspense. I
Okay.
cannot handle a jump scare.
Okay.
And they're jumping
Yeah,
out
because
on
there's
me a
no
little bit.
jump. There are no jump scares in Euphoria. None at
Yep.
all. So
Yeah.
yeah. Get on uppers curious. Richard, Johnny, Quinn, who just joined. Do you watch Euphoria? Are you watching Stranger Things? And into any of these things, let us know. Say it in the chat.
Let us know. So I have one more news thing that goes right into Are You Watching? The trailer has been released on Amazon Prime for Lizzo's new reality show. Have you heard about this, what she's doing?
I haven't.
Jen, you're going to lose your mind. We are going to be obsessed with this, and I would like to pitch for us to watch this together because I think this is so up our alley. So Lizzo is doing a reality competition to find her backup dancers, but the show is called
Ooh.
Watch Out for the Big Girls because she is saying that the women who look like her are not properly represented as backup dancers. So not only is it going to be like amazing dance routines that we get to see in a regular dance competition that you get to have, we're also going to get to see Lizzo like single-handedly change the game for who can be a backup dancer. Right?
I
Right?
love
I know.
it. Yeah.
I know. So you can watch the trailer now. The actual show debuts March 25th. It's going to be 10 episodes. It's a reality competition. I feel like this is something we're going to want to watch together.
I'm so into this. Get on
I
uppers.
know.
Are you Lizites or what, lizards? I don't know what we call ourselves. I have seen her perform. She does break out her flute halfway through the performance and
Come
gives a
on.
little
Of course she does. Why wouldn't she?
lesbians coming
Why
from
wouldn't she?
Sarah.
Yes.
That we're lesbians. I like that. I think we're gonna make
I'll
that
take it.
happen.
I'll
I'm
take
into
it.
it. Oh,
Love
that's
it.
great.
Love
I
it.
can't
Love
wait.
it.
I think it's so great. I again, like I said this before, like Janet had a like full-size dancer
Mhm.
at her concert. So she was kind of helping to, pave the way, but Lizzo's got to smash that glass ceiling. She's going to
Yeah.
smash it
Yep.
up.
Exactly. So the trailer was just released yesterday, but go watch it. The quote from Lizzo is, "Girls that look like me don't get representation. Time to roll up my sleeves and find them myself."
Oh, I know.
Great,
All right.
great,
Well,
great.
that
With
is.
and then I think they just cut out the part of just like, and thanks to Janet Jackson for paving the way. I'm pretty sure that
Oh,
was in
there
there,
we
but
go.
it didn't make the
I
article. Yeah,
mean, it goes without saying. We already know. We already know.
we
All
love it.
right. Choose
We
your own
love it.
adventure. Do you have one more potential story that I could share with you if we want it?
Okay, yes, please.
What do we want to go? We want news, salacious gossip, or some politics stuff.
New salacious gossip.
Renee, did you want to think about that at all a little
No, I
bit
do
more?
not. No. I
Okay.
think we have to stay away from politics here.
You don't want to hear about how they're giving the kids masks? They're giving all the kids masks. All the kids are getting masks.
That's good.
They're distributing masks to all the kids. Yep.
Good.
That was
I
it.
like that.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
Yes.
You don't want to hear about the airlines no-fly list? All right. Great. Okay.
Yeesh.
Okay,
yes.
there's been people are wilding out on airlines and they're needing to add people to the no-fly list, but certain people are
Okay,
like,
yeah.
no.
You know what? Tell me your politics. Let's get into it. Tell me it all. What's happening?
So several major U.S. airlines are asking the federal government to create a coordinated no-fly list for disruptive passengers. There's pushback from GOP lawmakers. There's Republican senators are arguing that the mandate would make these people essentially terrorists who are actually just seeking to actually live their lives as Americans. But there's been like nearly 500 unruly passenger incidents have been reported in the first 6 weeks of 2022.
Goodness.
There's been like 80 incidences that have been referred to the Justice Department to consider. And I was hearing a story about like the self-defense classes are
Right.
booked for all of the flight attendants. Like they're all booked.
Oh,
Yeah, they started doing
man.
these after 9/11, but they can't get into these classes fast enough because they're needing to make sure
That's
that they can
awful.
protect themselves. So people are
I mean,
getting
that's
buck
exactly
wild on
your
these
heart
flights.
slightly goes out to other passengers because you should be able to get on a plane without incident. But it definitely goes out to those flight attendants. This is not why they got in the industry. They didn't get in here to be referees. This is nuts. This is nuts.
They came to
Yikes.
fly the friendly skies and help us do the same,
Friendly.
right?
Yeah.
That's it. The friendly
Yikes, yikes,
skies.
yikes. Yeah.
So your heart just sort of really breaks when you hear this. I just think like be kind. It costs kindness and decency costs no money. These people are just trying to do
Right.
their jobs. We are still in a public health crisis. And so we all have to still pitch in and do things that might feel like are infringing on our quote unquote rights. But I think it's an opportunity for us to shift our way of thinking. I said this before, and I'll say it again. I went to an Indigenous peoples talk, and they said, you know, in American culture, it's so much about my rights, my rights, my rights. But in our culture, it's about my responsibility, my responsibility. What is my responsibility to other people around me? What is my responsibility to nature, to, you know, all these different things? And I think what a paradigm shift. That's what everyone was going around with. Like, oh, what is my responsibility to everyone, to everything? Yes, myself, but also like, you know, less me, and more
Right.
like us, right?
But even if you wanted to be me, I cannot tell you. I have gotten sick every single Christmas I go home before 2019. Every single time. And I always get it on the plane because you're in that entrapped person. So I appreciate the rights element, but I've been flying with no problem ever since I started wearing a mask because I do. I think you get sick on planes. So
Yeah.
I don't know, something
So it might
to say
just,
there.
yeah. And listen, other cultures have been doing it. I don't think masks are ever going to go away. I think like Sarah Michelle Gellar has a story when she was shooting The Grudge over in Japan. She actually had started getting a cold. I think either she had gotten a cold and they had her put a mask on and nobody else got sick, or there are people who were sick on set and she wore a mask and didn't get a cold.
Didn't get
Something
it.
happened
Yeah.
where whatever the cold was, it didn't spread. And so she's been like, oh yeah, I've been wearing masks. And it's like, you know, it's just a thing to do. It's like cover your mouth. These are germy. There's germs that are flying out of there. I don't think there's something that should not be going
It's
away.
awful. It's
Yeah.
awful. Okay, so that was your political news, but you also have salacious news?
Oh, you did want the gossip. Okay. Do we have time? Okay. Well,
We'll be
there's
quick.
Wendy Williams is speaking out against mental health claims after have you heard about this? Her Wells Fargo accounts got frozen.
I haven't heard about that part. What happened?
Her assistant froze her Wells Fargo accounts because they're like, oh, she's out of control. So again, not quite a conservatorship, but Wendy Williams didn't have access to essentially her money. So Wendy Williams is now speaking out about this whole entire situation that is happening. And yeah, so it's still, I think she still doesn't necessarily have access to her money. I'm not entirely sure. I just know that Wendy Williams is having some issues. One thing is that she's like, y'all stop talking about me, but I will say, and she is having some, you know, mental health and health issues and things like that. But I mean, you were talking so much about other people. I'm not saying she deserves to like have, you know, she's had a very rough year. Her husband was cheating on her. It's just been, and now her health is, you know, declining, and her mental health, and it's also been a really rough year. So, but it's sort of just like, if she does go back to work, I hope she is still able to navigate these stories with a little bit more heart and kindness.
Yeah. There is you can't even say influencer now because she's a legitimate actress named Tabitha Brown. Have you been following her at all? She's
I know
amazing.
Tabitha Brown.
She's really kind and really good and just a wonderful person. Wendy Williams came after her, and Tabitha did the most beautiful, like, clap back, but it wasn't a clap back. She was just like, I can't imagine the pain that you must be feeling that made you think that I was a threat to you. I'm not. There's
Mhm.
enough room for all of it. And
Mhm.
it was just so beautiful and so wonderful and like really addressed the heart of it of just like, what do you think is going to be taken away from you? And how can we assure you that it's not? We got you. So yeah,
Mm.
it may be past the point of no return, but I feel like that's the messaging that we need to get to Wendy Williams of something's going on there that we're not properly addressing. Anyway,
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wish her well. I would not wish ill will on anybody, but I hope that maybe this is a bit of a moment for her, like her sort of
yes,
a come to Jesus moment of like, okay, well, what can, there's just a lot of things that are happening to me. This is a moment for me to sit back. As Oprah would say, and she may have something to say about Oprah, but then she's going too far. These things are happening to you, they're happening for you. So all these things that
right.
are happening, they're happening for her. And I hope we get a new Wendy Williams out of this. I hope she gets access to her accounts. I think this is absolutely
That is a little. I
ridiculous.
mean, there were plenty of times where I ordered every single meal I ate during the pandemic from DoorDash, and I was like, "Wish someone would take my card. I need need somebody to help me out here."
And maybe that's what's happening. She was ordering too
Yeah,
much
maybe.
DoorDash.
Yeah,
Like,
too much DoorDash.
Wendy,
That's
we're gonna calm this
probably
down
close
here.
that down real quick for you.
All right, Renee, it is time for
Yes.
it is Fact Friday. It's time to play Jam You Lying. Jam You Lying.
Jam, you lying.
Jam You
Jam,
Lying.
you lying. Jam, you lying.
Mm,
Jam,
mm,
that's a
mm,
fact. No,
mm.
Jam, you lying. Can't wait. Can't wait. Let's play
Okay.
this favorite game of mine.
All right. So here's how it's gonna work. We're playing Fact Friday, Jam You Lion. And the way it's gonna work, this is President's Day edition. President's Day is right around the corner, right around the corner. And I'm gonna read you essentially some true or some facts that might be true or they might not be. If you think it is true, you will shout out into your Echo device, Jam, that's right. And if you think I am lying, you will say, Jam, you lion. So it's all
Love it.
up to you. Renee's going to need your help today. So feel free to shout it out
Always.
there in
Today.
the chat. Not just today, every day,
Every
every
day.
day, I guess. That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair. But yeah, help her out. You'll yell it out there into the chat. And there it is. So are we ready to play? Jam, you
We're ready
lion.
to play. Yes. Cannot wait. Get on uppers. We got this.
Gotta test your knowledge on these presidents here. That's what we're gonna do. So first one, Renee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Contrary to popular belief, Abraham Lincoln was not born in a log cabin. Now, do you
Yeah.
think Jam You Lion or Jam That's Right? What do we think? Contrary to popular belief, Abraham Lincoln was not born in a log cabin. And
Mm-hmm.
since the chat's a little quiet, maybe Sarah, producer Sarah, do you want to help Renee out in the chat, your chat, and maybe
Yeah,
you'll
sure.
have
I
you'll have a lifeline there. So Sarah, to you, what do you think?
would
Contrary to
love to
popular
know.
Contrary to popular belief, Abraham Lincoln was not born in the log cabin. Do you think Jam You Lion or Jam That's Right? What do we
Or
think?
jam, that's right. Or jam, that's right. All right. And again, get on uppers. If you have a thought on this, you let me know. I was gonna say, jam, that's a fact, because it's the only thing I've been taught. But why would you bring it up if it was a fact? Well, I mean, because that's the premise of the game. But it seems weird. It would seem weird that you would bring it. So I'm gonna go with jam, that's a fact, because I don't know otherwise. But I'll be curious to hear where he was born if it wasn't a log can. Jam,
Okay,
that's
all
a
right.
fact.
And Tim also said Jam That's Right, I
Okay.
think. Sarah also went in with That's a Fact. Y'all are like, no, it's one of those tall tales, Mandela effect.
Right.
He wasn't born in a log cabin. People just made this up. He wasn't as honest as we want to think. No one with a hat that big. You have too many lies. Too many lies. Um, no, I'm lying. He absolutely was born in a log cabin, y'all. He
Hey, there we
was
go.
honest. He
There we
was born in a
go.
log cabin.
There
Was born
we
in a log
go.
cabin.
What a guy, what
Don't
a
doubt
guy.
yourself. Don't doubt yourself. All right, next one. If this is gonna test your civics, Renee,
Mm-mm.
and get on uppers. If the
Mhm.
president and vice president were to die, the Secretary of State would then become president.
Yeah.
If the president and vice president were to die, the Secretary of State would become the president.
Yeah.
What do we think? Okay.
Yes, I think that's true. I think that's true.
You-
Get on uppers. What do you think? Does that
Let's
seem? Again, do you want to
see.
know what I'm doing? I'm going through
Through
um,
Hamilton.
through Hamilton. Yeah, and what I know of that is that back in Hamilton times, so they were both competing for president. So the Republican and Democrat, they didn't have that established at that time. Were competing for president, and whoever lost became the vice president. So that
Yes,
would
very
be
true.
like Biden is the president and Trump is the vice president. Is what that would look like if we maintain that, which is
I do
nuts.
think it's very funny that they're like, yeah, this is gonna
Yeah.
work out. That's not a way to go.
Certainly not.
Um,
Certainly not.
Producer Sarah said no, House
House
Speaker, and
Speaker.
Tim said
Yeah.
jam, you lion. I think it's the House Speaker.
House
So,
Speaker.
but
Okay,
Renee, do
well,
you
2
want to
for
double
2.
down on your
Nope.
Hamilton?
Absolutely do not.
No.
No, I do not. No. I want to double down, and that's how it used to be, but that also wasn't the case for if both of them die. I think
Okay.
Hamilton's right, but I think both Tim and Sarah are correct that it's a House Speaker.
Also, like that Renee refers to like as Hamilton times. She's like, oh yeah, back in the Hamilton times.
She's charismatic. She's fun. You could take her anywhere. She knows nothing.
Unless
She
in a
knows
musical. Unless
nothing.
it's
Yes.
in a musical, she would understand. That is correct. I am lying. Tim and Sarah, they know how politics work. The Speaker of the House is next in line. That is it.
Great.
That is it.
Now we know. Yeah.
All right, next one. Shirley Chisholm was the first woman and African American to seek the nomination for president in the United States for one of the two major political parties in 1972. Am I lying, or is that a fact, or is that right? Jam, that's
what I
right.
hate?
Jam, you lying.
If that's true, I have not heard of her. I'm sad to say. Maybe that's gonna be a Black History moment next week. But Sarah and Tim, or any of the other Get On Uppers, do we agree that that's a fact? What do we think? Sarah says that's a fact. I think so. I think that's true. That sounds right. I would love to learn more about them.
Okay.
Jam, that's a fact.
All
Final
right. Jam, that's a fact. Final answer. And Tim,
Ooh. Tim coming with Jam,
Tim
you
says,
lying.
Jam, you lying. I'm betting one ran in Hamilton times.
Tim, I love this. I love this. Was it I wanted to do the Eliza song, but I could tell that you weren't quite ready. So that's fine.
No, I didn't know where you were going with it. But
Okay. No should you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
No, that it is true. Shirley Chisholm, first woman and African American to seek the nomination from one of the two major political parties in 1972. Right. She was also a congresswoman at the time. Renee, I think that you should do one of next week's Black History Month moments and tell us about Shirley Chisholm.
It's funny that I have done none. Yes, I would love that.
Okay,
Remind me of the name later, and
we'll put it in. Yes. We'll put it in. Renee, I would love Perfect. To just sit back and hear, and you can go on your little adventure.
Well, you saw how well the Marvel thing went, so she can read.
You did a great job. You did a great job. All right, next one. How about this? Sticking with the ladies, Victoria Woodhull was the first woman to run for president under the Equal Rights Party.
Does that seem right, guys? Sarah, Tim, does that seem right?
She was the first woman to run for president. Actually, just really the first woman to run for president. We'll just put that. Victoria Woodhull was the first woman to run for president. I could be lying.
You could be lying. It could be somebody else. But I wouldn't know who it is. So fact that I'm not confident about. Fact from Renee that I'm not confident about. That's final answer.
That's the final answer. Do you want a year that I'm thinking this happened in? Sure. 1872. 1872.
Oh no, because women couldn't even vote then. I don't think they'd let them run for president if they couldn't vote. So, but Tim says that's a fact. Okay, fact, but explain why.
Okay, right. Yes, okay, it is the fact. In 1872, she ran. Yes, she was at the height of her fame, so she mounted a presidential campaign against Ulysses S. Grant and Horace Greeley after being nominated by the Equal Rights Party. And the famous abolitionist, remember we talked about this actually on Frederick Douglass Day. Frederick Douglass nominated her as he was the VP running mate of hers, so they ran together for the Equal Rights Party. Yeah,
amazing.
running for like universal gender and racial equality under the law, civil service and taxation reform, and the opposition to land grants given to railroads and other corporations. So
That's incredible.
getting-
Well, there you
Mhm,
go. Okay. Okay.
mhm. There it is. All right,
Right.
next one. Next one is this Jam You Lion or Jam That's a Fact. The Obamas' dogs were named Daisy and Marilyn. The Obamas had
No,
dogs. They were named Daisy and Marilyn. For our
I
dog
think that's
lovers
jamming.
out there.
I think
Okay.
that's a lie. I
Right?
don't remember their names, but I don't think those were their names. Sarah, Tim, rest of the Get On Uppers. Do you remember the names of the Obama's dogs? For some reason, I have Bo in my head, but I don't think it's that. The point is, Jam You Lion. Jam You
Dang.
Lion from Tim.
Tim came in. Jam You
Yeah.
Lion. Sarah can't contribute because Sarah came up with this question. So
Oh, I see. Okay, and it's a good
this was
question. And you guys know that I love dogs, so I should know
that
this.
was all
But I also,
Sarah.
yeah,
That was all Sarah. So I was like,
it's
here's a
Sarah.
question for
Here's
Renee.
one.
It's
Here's one
about
that Renee will
dogs.
get. And Sarah, you were right. Renee should get it, but Renee can feel her brain. Just like when you put bacon on a skillet and you can just hear it. That's what it sounds like in my head right now. Just fried.
Renee, we got you there. Renee, I want to just say, I want to just take a moment,
Yes.
a little time out, and I just want to say, I love you. I love Sarah. I love Tim, the Get On Uppers. I really love doing the show. It's just really great. It's just a highlight. I think y'all are so wonderful and great. And so just thank you for spending the mornings. This is just great. This is great.
You're
I just
okay.
need
Well,
to
you're
stop.
right. Sorry, it's not frying. I am grateful to have it. This is the best. You are the best. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Thank you so
Not
much.
what I was going for, but I understand where you're coming from. Okay, you all are right. Jam You Lion. The answer is
Yes.
Renee. You are really good. I want you to believe in yourself. Like that
Okay.
is more. Bo, you was
Look at
right. Bo was one of the
that.
dogs. Bo and Sunny. And Renee is
Oh,
googling a
come
picture
on.
of the
That's
dogs
Sunny.
as we
That's Sunny. Yeah,
speak.
I just want to see
Argio.
him. I just want to see him. You're right. I just want to see him. I miss him. I want to see him. I
You
want to
all,
see
do
him.
you see how much I know my girl? I was like, she's googling pictures of the dogs right
I
now.
knew. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Yeah. They're
I
so
think one of
cute.
them passed away recently. Is that
That
true?
seems right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Is
but
that true? Yeah.
we don't
We'll talk
acknowledge
about that. Yep.
that's
Fair,
yeah,
fair,
we
fair,
don't
fair,
acknowledge
fair.
stories like
Yep.
that. Okay.
Moving on. Moving on.
Moving
All
on.
right, here we
Yes.
go. Woodrow Wilson was the president during World War One. Woodrow Wilson was president during
Oh boy.
World War One.
I don't.
I oh,
Something that I think would like really appeal to my interest is there are songs and various ways to like learn your presidents that I think I would be so good at if I would just take the time to teach myself these songs and then I could go through those songs and then I could deduce, okay, yeah, that probably happened around World War One times, but I don't know. When was Woodrow Wilson president? Not sure. Jam, that's a fact. We're gonna guess. We're just gonna guess because I think Tim and Sarah's are both from the previous one. So, Jam, that's a fact.
Okay.
Mm,
All
yes.
right. Okay. Great, great, great. It is Jam. That's right. Jam. That's a
Hey.
fact. Jam. That's a fact. Right
Okay.
there it is. Okay.
Terrific.
Well, there we go. All right. Speaking on to our next one. Franklin
Yes.
Roosevelt was Theodore Roosevelt's grandson. And look at that. Tim was right. Tim also Jam. That's a
Yeah,
fact about
that's a
Woody.
fact.
He's
I
right. Yeah.
Woody. I love
Mhm.
it.
So
Theodore, who was the grandson?
Franklin Roosevelt was Theodore Roosevelt's grandson.
Oh boy, I bet they are related, but is it grandson? Sure. Jam, that's a fact. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Tim, how do you feel? What do you think? So the Roosevelts, both of them, what's the relation? Is that grandson? I was thinking it was something else, but I don't have it. Let's see. Okay. Jam You
Tim's
Lion, I think they were second cousins or something. Let's go with that. Because that was my instinct too, Tim. I agree. I think that they are related, but I don't think it was grandpa grandson. So Jam You Lion.
Wow, you all are really
Yeah.
good because I actually did not. I knew they were related, but I was like, oh yeah, this must be. When I took this quiz, I got it wrong. It is Franklin and Theodore Roosevelt were fifth cousins once removed. That's what it is.
Look at that. Look at
10,000
that.
months removed. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's a stretch. Is that
That
related?
is a stretch. I mean,
Is that just people with the same last
I
name?
feel like like Tim and I are probably like 6 cousins twice removed or something, or even closer than that. Or you and me, Renee. We're
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. That's the dream. That's the dream.
But we won't be able to get married if that's the case. I don't know. Can you get married at that point? Platonically.
Okay, platonically married. Yes, exactly. We're platonic life partners.
I like that you're repeating that a lot to yourself right now.
Yeah.
It's good. All right. Okay, just a couple of more. I hope you're having fun. I know I am.
I'm having the best time.
Okay, great. Good. George Washington was very short. He was actually only about 5'4". The paintings just really don't do it justice. George Washington was very short, only about 5'4".
Interesting. The thing that I'm picturing right now is him on the boat. He didn't seem real tall. So yeah, sure.
I like Renee, but I liked Renee goes to her resources. She's like got Hamilton and those painting pictures
And
of
those
like
paintings, and I've seen a picture
painted.
of him on a boat, and he's got his little foot up there.
I've seen a
so
picture of him on a boat.
And it's a picture. It is a picture. It
was
is
an
a
artist
photograph.
rendering. They weren't like, oh, let's capture this moment. Sail slower, Mr. Washington crossing the Delaware to win the Revolutionary War.
Yeah. No, but his little paws up there trying to get higher, trying to see. So yes, I think he was okay. Jam, you lying. I think he was as tall as Hamilton. Tim's always right. So Jam, you lying.
Well, actually, no. Instead, I think you lied. I think he was tall in Hamilton. So he's going off of how they casted him in Hamilton.
Yeah.
Clearly, I mean, you only get parts based on. Well, Renee, you're very talented, but I'm sorry, you're just not tall enough.
Yeah.
Like you need to get the
tall
exact height.
You gotta get a little bit taller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You going with Tim?
Tim, yes, he was very tall.
Because Tim is always right. Tim is absolutely right. Tim knows his president. He was about 6 feet tall and sturdily built.
I love that.
That painting was inaccurate, Renee.
It's Chris Jackson played Washington, right? Christopher Jackson.
Oh, yeah,
that voice on that man. If you were like, Renee, who's your favorite singing voice in the world? It's Chris Jackson. Gorgeous.
Oh, okay.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right. No, I just was looking at a question I have to ask you because I think I'm pitching you this because you've watched Hamilton. So go to Hamilton Times. In general, Thomas Jefferson was a proponent of increasing the power of the federal government. In general, Thomas Jefferson was a proponent of increasing the power of the federal government. Renee's singing.
Going back to
Rumor.
Going back to the debate.
Rumor happened.
No, I don't think so. I think he was mad about it. Hamilton wanted it. He didn't.
Okay, all right. What do we think? So Thomas Jefferson.
What do we think? Tim, help me out. Let me know. Because those fights were in raps. And I do better with song.
Fair. Like everyone's angry. Renee, you were right. Jam, you lion. That is true. You are. Look at you. Retained it. I'm
telling you, if you put it in a musical, I will know my history. It's crazy. It's crazy the things I know because it was in a musical. Yes.
All right. Last two. This was not in the musical, so you're off the rails. Hopefully, there's a painting or a photo.
It was in 1776. Okay.
Stretching? What is happening? All right. Renee was so given up. She's in the back of her chair, just like, I'm done. All right. 2 more. Taft was the most recent president to wear facial hair as president. President Taft was the most recent president to wear facial hair as president.
Because I've seen Clinton with a beard, but I think that was after he was like, oh, you guys are real mad at me. Yeah, sure. That sounds good. Tim, what do you think? Yeah,
Sarah thinks I'm lying. She didn't even say. She just wrote lie, exclamation point. Not even Jam lying. Lie.
Yeah, let's go with Sarah then. Jam, that's a lie.
you should have. Don't trust Sarah because she was wrong.
Yeah.
Sarah, what
Okay.
president do you think had president? No, because remember he had like the mutton chops or something or whatnot. They all are like clean, a baby
Clean
face. You have a
shaven.
baby face
Yep.
president. I want a bearded president. The other white guy was Sarah's answer.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah. Okay,
Okay.
which one out of the not one black one?
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah. All right. You let me know. You let me know. Okay, last one.
Ready.
James Buchanan. President Buchanan is generally considered to be one of the worst presidents in U.S. history.
And I know
James
that from Bloody
Buchanan.
Bloody Andrew Jackson.
See, it was in a musical.
Yes, it's true.
Did your
If you want to
brain
know
just
about
go? And Tim wrote. You should have.
Buchanan
Tim was
was a
right.
terrible rock star. In Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson thinks that Buchanan was a bad president. I don't know if that is the collective thought, but in the Spanish hit musical Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, wherein we learned Andrew Jackson was a real bad guy. You'll also hear that Buchanan wasn't great either. But what is the actual question around it?
James Buchanan is generally considered to be one of the worst presidents in U.S. history.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Yeah. And Tim was right about Taft. Tim said, I think that's true about Taft. He came in right before. So if only we had that answers, then we would have the ladies wouldn't have been on the wrong train. But your musicals are correct. That is right. He is generally considered. I'm not exact. Do you remember from the musical, maybe sing a few bars to recount the why he is? I hear that too, and I'm not exactly. I forget why James Buchanan was.
Yeah. So Jackson came in trying to to create socialism in a way that wasn't really socialism. So I think everyone felt that Buchanan was doing the opposite of socialism. Just anytime you don't give people a voice, you get in trouble. I don't know. I will research that. I will come back. I will let you know the lyric. I'll Google it right now. If you can.
I guess like what I just Googled. Yeah, because he didn't take any action. He didn't take any action to unite a country sharply divided over the issue of slavery, and did nothing to stop Southern states from seceding in the lead up to the Civil War. It happened underneath his watch. It was happening under his watch. All right. Yeah, he's also the Dred Scott case happened underneath his rule. He just wasn't doing anything. The country was going in shambles and not doing great. I'm sure there's other things as well, because it's not ever going to be just about slavery. Yeah. I don't care that much.
But it should be, right?
Well, that was it. We did it. You did it. You hope you learned a little bit more about our presidents today and what musicals to check out to learn your history.
Yep.
You sure
you got
can.
it. 1776, Hamilton, Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson. They'll all set you straight.
Oh, so good. Renee, let's get to your highlights of the week. Love
it. I would love nothing more. And as you recall, I did not do this segment, so we will be doing it together. Let's look back at Monday. What did we learn? What did we find? We didn't do Monocle Monday, but we did do Marvel Movie Monday. So we got to learn all about how Marvel came to be, and the biggest guy who was part of it, Lee. What was his name? Stan Lee.
Yeah.
So Stan Lee is one of the biggest proponents of it. Right now, there are 26 Marvel movies. There'll be 28 by the time that we are done. And we're beginning first with Captain America, the first one.
Yes, the Captain America, the first one. That's absolutely that's true. Yeah, we also learned it was Frederick Douglass's birthday. We did our Frederick Douglass birthday quiz that day. Yeah,
sure did.
I think it was Valentine's Day. We both had our flowers. How quickly she forgets. She didn't
forget. She remembers. And she's grateful. And then on Tuesday, we talked about the news.
We also talked about Kanye and Kim, the Kanye Kim thing. Right. He delivered all those flowers. That was a big highlight in the story that it popped up. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah,
we definitely did that.
We did not like it. And then on Wednesday, we played a classic, What Would You Do? Wherein Simone Biles got engaged. We're wondering.
Yeah.
She's not. She's perfect. She's perfect.
We also learned about Celia Cruz on Tuesday, and then Louis Latimer, the inventor, black inventor, who maybe had his patent stolen because he couldn't get a patent by Edison and Bell.
No. Nope. Can't have it. Cannot have it. And then yesterday on Thursday, there's a documentary called It's Polly, right? With an I. It's a documentary that
I
I'm
am
gonna watch.
Polly Murray.
Okay.
Highly recommend watching that. I am Polly Murray, I believe. Yeah, we learned about the story of Polly Murray, who just had their hand in all kinds of things through history. They're just kind of the Forrest Gump of history and politics and black queer
Very, very cool. The
trans
amount of things they've
women's
done.
rights. Like, it's just insane.
And it's on Amazon Prime. It's called My Name is Polly Murray. And so on Thursday, Renee learned that she'll be watching a documentary called My Name is Polly Murray. And then today, we learned that Renee will unravel if she can't get her dog to go to the bathroom before the show. Great.
Yum.
Perfect.
Yum. Yep. This week we also learned about the Oscars, who's hosting the Oscars, who's getting us back into the Oscars. That's, a little interesting thing. Today we learned about Charles Drew. Renee, you're forgetting my favorite highlight of the week is on Wednesday, we had a dance that we developed.
I sure did.
Yeah. And Sarah said we have to open up every show. That was my highlight of this week.
Sure.
If I'll take away anything,
it was pretty great.
Renee and I somehow synchronistically didn't plan it, started doing the dance together.
It was very good. It was very good. All right, my sweet Pete, we are just about out of here, but I wanted to hear what you're going to forget about, what you were going to leave behind.
You want to hear about the gossip. All right, get on uppers. It's Forget About It Friday. What are you leaving behind in this week? What are you not taking with you? It's not serving you anymore. You're leaving that behind. Like, I'm going to leave behind being upset with my dog who's just being a dog. That's just an example. I don't know.
The guilt is so strong. So much guilt. I don't know how parents do it. I'm riddled with guilt on a daily basis based off his one sigh. I don't know how parents do it. It's nuts. It's nuts. But you have an actual thing. Yeah.
No, yours is real too. I'm leaving behind. I have a lot of pent up aggression. I learned yesterday that I cannot play trivia at work if I get too into it. At first I wasn't, but then we were about to start winning, and it was Black History Month trivia, and me and another colleague, really her and I, leading our teams head to head. It got intense. It got not fun probably for other people. When you're so into it, competitive, you're blinders, and you don't realize how much you're making everybody else actually really uncomfortable at this virtual work event. I was so upset afterwards. We lost by one question. I'm still upset with how it went down. There was a technicality, I canceled a meeting that I had with her. It was coming. I couldn't.
Can do it.
I couldn't.
I
had a lot of work to do. I had a lot of work to do, but it put me over. I was so wild up for this, and I'm like, wow, I got really competitive. I think part of it was Black trivia. I feel like I should know this stuff. I know this stuff, and I wasn't really into it at first. I was like, oh, I don't care if I win. But then when it was like, oh wait, we can actually really do this. Oh, I should have, I should have strong armed when I was working with my partner. They had an answer, and I should have went with my gut. I was like, oh, sure, let's be democratic. And I've been answering so many of the questions. Let you have a go, and they were wrong. And should have went with my gut. Anyways, I'm leaving behind that feeling, and then also letting things go at work. Sometimes there's things that are beyond my control, and that I have to remember that not my company, and my perfectionism and wanting things to go right and do a certain way. You gotta let things go and just be like, fine, all right, that's the decision. It's out of my hands. I don't agree with it. I think you're wrong. I think this is a mistake, but not my company.
Okay. Boy, those are all beautiful. That's really, really good. I do that all the time. Used to do it all the time. And now I catch myself and be like, wow, that was really a coping mechanism for you. When I'm running late, my brain, to protect me from feeling guilty about that, will blame the other person. It's just like, well, you're making me go to you, and you scheduled at a time that I can't do, because what's actually happening is just like, Renee, why can't you get it together? Why can't you just but that's too painful. I don't want to sit in that it's my fault. So I think we blame other people is first. And then if you look at what's underneath that, it's, oh, I should have spoken up and been like, hey, that's the wrong answer. And that's what I'm really mad about. I can't say that that's what happened for you, but I think there's probably something underneath that you were creating meaning that isn't actually there, but you've already
Sure.
forgotten about it. So great job. Great
And
job.
it's trivia. I'm just gonna let it go, and I'll forgive her on Tuesday. I'm taking the day off
Fair.
today, not because of
Fair.
this, but I'm taking the day off.
Yeah.
Renee, what are you forgetting for the week? What are you leaving behind? What is not serving you anymore? Tim, curious if there's anything you're like leaving behind this week as well.
Yeah. No, just general stress. I'm so stressed out and overwhelmed, and I'm going to leave it behind. And I'm going to take this weekend to get some perspective and to get some practices in place that can help me not get so overwhelmed.
Maybe read that Brene Brown book, because by her definition, you might be stressed, but I don't think you're overwhelmed. Overwhelmed is shut down. You
Yeah.
can't
Oh,
even,
interesting.
So
Interesting.
that'll
I'm
help you,
very
because Renee
stressed.
too, when you
Yes.
name it, you're able to find the solution to it. Like I thought,
Right.
like the other day, I was like, oh, I'm living in fear of this thing, and instead it was like, oh, I'm not afraid of it, I'm dreading it. And there was something
Mm,
about pivoting to dread of like, oh, it's like I'm dragging my feet. It's gotta be fine. I'm gonna get through it. So I would
right.
maybe I'm doing the book. Maybe you could do a little on your
Yeah.
drive to the wedding, put the book in, and
Take
there's
a
a
little
recommendation.
listen. Take a little listen. Yeah. I'm stressed in a way that's unsustainable. Can you work with
Okay.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. We got you. I
Perfect.
got you.
Great.
All right.
Great, great,
Well,
great.
that's it. We're gonna end on that note. Hopefully we're gonna take the weekend away.
Leave it. We'll leave
Thank
it in
you
the
all
bag.
so much. We'll be back on Tuesday. You have a special guest on Monday. Our Kevin Feige Rob will be here. Our Kevin Feige of Backchannel, if that makes any sense to you. Don't forget, watch Captain America: The First Avenger. We're gonna start our
Mhm.
Marvel movie marathon next week. This was Renee's idea, and now she's maybe regretting it a little bit.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
be
gonna have
back
fun.
on. You'll be back next week at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. Mountain time, 9 a.m. Central time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Leave a review at www.backchannel.tv. And Renee, quickly, what's coming up next after this?
Yes. Up next, we have Anthony Davis. After that, Hal will be here, your pal Hal, and ending the day with Mario Smith. A lot of great stuff. A lot of great stuff for
So
you
much good stuff.
today
Well,
on Back Channel.
big thank you to our producer, Sarah. We're so glad to have you back. We love you, Sarah, so much. And thank you all for watching Get On Up. I am James Arthur M.
And I'm Renee Colvert, and you just got
Got on
on
up.
up. Have a great weekend, guys.
We did it.